What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Sk8. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, we have the Couch Boys.
What up, everybody?
David Peralta and Victor Castillo.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
He's finally back in the studio. And now let's introduce our guest this week. We have a very special guest in the studio today. Daniel Perez is with Skateboard Bus.
What up? What up?
Dude,
What's
thank you for
good?
joining us. Appreciate you coming down.
Hell yeah. Thank
Really
you for having
appreciate
me, man.
Really appreciate it. And let everybody know what city you're repping.
So yeah, super stoked to be here. We're repping LA pretty much. We basically are all LA skate team.
Okay.
I'm originally from Miami, Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, born and raised Miami, Florida. For those
Okay.
that may or may not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA, man, all the way.
That's dope. That's dope. And growing up in you said Florida,
Yes, sir.
is that where you picked up skateboarding?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the first time I saw a skateboard was this one dude was just skating down the street, don't know who he was, and I saw him ollie up a curb, and that shit was perfect. Like, he landed it perfectly, and it was just like, pff, that's some cool shit, bro. Like, I need to do that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, what year was this around?
Dude, that must have been like 1984, 85, you know, back then.
Okay.
When people just used to ollie and acid drop and like stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty much, if you could kickflip back in the day, for me, you were like a badass, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Bad dude, sorry.
No, that's cool. It's cool. You already said a couple.
Did you know about skateboarding when you first saw that trick, or you didn't really know?
I did. I knew a little bit about it. Not too much, because, for instance, yeah, I gotta say it, I used to ride scooters before that, you know what I mean? And anything on wheels always fascinated me. So like roller skates, scooters, bicycles to this day, you know?
Right.
So I knew about it. Like I knew about Tony Hawk and I knew about Christian Hosoi and those guys. And then there were some dudes like in the back of my house where I used to live in Hialeah, Florida. What's up, Hialeah? Shout out to Hialeah, yeah, where I'm originally from.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some dudes who built like a half pipe in the back of my house. It's like a rocky area. And so I used to try to go back there and, you know, like learn a little bit and see who was up and who was there. And
did you have a board at the time?
No, I didn't have a board.
You were just curious.
Yeah, I was just curious. And I'd see these dudes from the corner of my, you know, like my bedroom window.
Oh.
And then I saw them build the ramp and the whole thing. So I went out there and I was just like, what's up? You know,
Yeah.
like, they're like, yeah, you want to drop in? You want to try this shit? I was like, sure. Like, you know, they were trying to like egg me on, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I just said, fuck it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
I got a question. Like, around, how old were you around this time?
I was like 9 or 10.
9 or 10?
Yeah, like
Okay.
9 or 10, right around there.
Yeah.
I was born 78, so I'm dating myself here, but yeah, 78 to 88, I would have been 10. So no, I was even younger, maybe 7 or 8, right around there.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would go out there, and I like the first time I tried dropping in was a wooden ramp. It was like not nice wood. It was like whatever wood they could find. And bro, I got up there.
Was it a half pipe?
Yeah,
Like
straight up half pipe, 6
Okay.
feet tall.
6
was
feet, okay.
Really tall, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that I was gonna do it.
Did they have the actual like a vert wall type of deal, or did it kind of like
It was like
mellow?
maybe a foot of vert.
Okay,
Like maybe.
okay.
Like it was a little bit over vert.
Still scary at that age.
Super scary. And so I just got up there and I was like, well, they gave me a chance. They gave me a board. I'm like, I'm not going to not do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Never did vert again, bro. I dropped into that thing.
All right.
I dropped into that thing and I just went straight to the bottom. Bah!
Oh, wow.
I got up and I was like, you know, got splinters in my face
Oh.
and whatever. But
What would your parents say about that? Like, you coming home all beat up?
nah, I mean, back then that was normal. But we used to like play with frogs, bullfrogs, and ride BMXs and make little, you know, ramps with bricks and pieces of wood and stuff. So
Believe it or not, people, we
normal.
got hurt back in the day. We didn't have those, you know, too many. At least my parents, they didn't coddle us when we fell down. You're like, suck it up at that time, you know.
yeah,
Nowadays, parents are like, you know, I get it though, because you know we didn't get paid attention to too much. I was a latchy kid, so like. You know, like nowadays, I could see if I had a kid, I would be like on him. You know what I mean? Because my parents weren't on me. So, you know.
yeah.
But that just I guess they wouldn't be as tough, I guess, unless they're in the streets, you know?
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, parents, I mean, you know, my mom, shout out to my mom. She cared about me and all that stuff. But yeah, man, she just would tell me, like, come back before the sun comes down. You
right?
know?
Yeah.
And, like, as long as I was home by that time and I wasn't dead, I was good, you know?
Yep. Just follow the rules, you'd be all right. You go out tomorrow and do it again.
Exactly.
And at that time, we kind of had, like, freedom, right? Because we had no phones and, like, they didn't have no way to getting a hold of us.
Bro,
so
that
we
was
just had all the freedom.
That was ultimate freedom, and I think that's what drove me to all this stuff was the freedom of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, at home you gotta abide by the rules, you gotta do what mom says and stuff like that. As soon as you go out and you're on a skateboard or on a bike or something like that, it's like, who's telling me what? Like, I go where I want to. I go left, I go right, I go up, I go down, I do whatever I want to do, and nobody tells me what to do. So that was the main feeling of, like, feeling free and the wind in your hair and all that stuff, that it was like,
yeah,
bro, that's what it's all about.
That's dope. And those guys, did they give you the love after dropping in? And
they did, bro. They laughed at me.
Yeah.
They did the whole thing, you know. But then they were like, "Hey, bro, it's cool. You can come out here whenever you want. Try it out, you know." And I just said,
That's
"Oh,
awesome.
I'm not doing it again, bro."
yeah,
Like,
but you earned the respect though. That's cool.
yeah, I earned the respect. And turns out, bro, who knows? It probably could have been like dudes like Rodney Mullen and stuff like that. Like that caliber of skaters were there. Like they were awesome skaters. Like
cool.
I just didn't even know what I was looking at, you know?
Yeah, I mean that happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't know that you're in the mix, you know.
Yep.
And then later on, yeah. But how that's so cool that it was so close to you that you found it, you know. I remember as a kid too, there were some people up the street from here that they had a probably like a 6-footer as well, but it looked so huge to me. Like I remember trying to run up and grab the top of it, and I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to try skating it, and their parents made people sign like waivers.
Wow.
And so I brought the waiver to my mom, and she was like, "I ain't signing that. You ain't breaking your neck." You know, so I never got to skate it, unfortunately.
Yeah, they were smart, bro. We do that with the Evo ramp now, too. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but the Evo ramp, shout out to Odi from Evo Ramps.
Is that the inflatable one?
Yeah, that's the inflatable one.
Okay.
So, yeah, we make people sign waivers, bro, because we're not about to get sued on that one.
Exactly.
You know?
That's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to protect you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was that the only like skate park or anything like it at the time in your city?
There were no skate parks in Florida. So, Florida was zero skate parks.
Was
like,
everything going on in California then, right?
Everything was going on in California. So, like, we would always, like, kind of, like, see what you guys had and then, like, you know, wow.
Try to make it.
Yeah, like, try to make, you know, like, kind of the California vibe in Florida kind of thing. And then put our own twist to it, you know what I mean? Like, not be just like California.
Right.
You know, we didn't want to copycat or be, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but you're taking the ideas.
Yeah, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there was also, I'm sure Thrasher was still back then. Were you a magazine
Thrasher,
guy?
Yep, Thrasher was in there. I didn't have a lot of them because we grew up poor. You know what I mean? Like magazines were like, bro, you saw those at the Publix.
Yeah. You go to the market. That's when you're flipping through the magazines.
Exactly. That's when we saw magazines and stuff like that. So, yeah, but no, thankfully it was more of a, like you said, like a wholesome upbringing, and yeah, I pretty much grew up in a swamp area, was flooded with water and bullfrogs and shit like that. So just would go out there and try to get like frog piss on your friends, and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
who's I had a question. Who was the dudes you guys were looking up to over there in Miami, Florida? I mean, in Florida. You know how over here in Venice it was the Lords of Dogtown, Stacy Peralta.
Same guys, bro. Same guys. I grew up like adoring these guys. Stacy Peralta, Tony Hawk, Caballero, right? I used to call him Caballero. I thought he was a freaking Hispanic dude, you know what I mean? So, and then I met him at Shred Fest, and I was like, Caballero, all right, fine, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys, especially Josoi, bro. Josoi to me was like the bad boy, you know? I really liked the bad boys of skating because they stood out. Like, they didn't go with the norm. Like, they were against the edge, you know?
Yeah, because I do remember, I ain't gonna lie, man, Tony Hawk had this clean cut image that didn't really, it wasn't street enough for us.
For sure, bro.
You know what I mean? But the guys that you saw partying and like was rock and roll, you're like, the guy with the long hair, he's flying in the air, you're like, that guy, I like that guy.
Yeah, Vallely, Danforth, right? Like those guys back then, those were the guys I was looking up to.
Right.
Josoi was number one because he had the number one bad boy image, if you ask me, like that Hawaiian sort of like, I'm a surfer dude, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, he did do, he got in trouble too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, luckily he's found God and he's doing really good for himself now.
Well, yeah, I mean, eventually after a while, when you start to see the realities of or the repercussions of your actions, right?
Mhm.
Like you start to learn and go like, nah, I don't like jail.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like being put in handcuffs in cop cars and being held,
Trust me, I learned my lesson. That's for sure. I went once and I was like, well, twice maybe, and then I was like, nah, that's not for me.
Nah,
So
man, yeah.
yeah, there was a 10-year hiatus where I didn't skate, so that's why I was getting in trouble. And then luckily, skateboarding it's always been a blessing, kept me, even though we were causing chaos, it still kept me out of the other trouble I would have been in.
Yeah, it's minor trouble.
It is minor trouble, yeah.
Like, maybe wrecking a brick somewhere or something like that.
Accidentally breaking a window, maybe,
Right.
But we're running like, ooh.
Right. Yeah.
But then it turns out to be a fun story later on. You're like, damn, so cool. We're getting chased by security.
Yeah.
That's those days like when you're young and you missed out on that day because you were grounded or your parents had you doing something. You're just like, damn, I missed out on a good day today.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You find out later. Yeah. It
Oh.
wasn't through text messages, bro. Your friend had to come and tell you, like, damn, bro, you fucked up. We messed up. We were doing this and that and that. And this happened. And you had to learn from getting out there. So, yeah, like that's what we're about, bro. Is really just trying to like I'm saying the wrong word. Duplicate, right? To try to recreate that kind of feeling. We were talking about that outside, where it was just you and your homies going out to skate or doing something, and just being the camaraderie of building friendships and learning shit that you didn't know about that person that only you will know for the rest of your life, or maybe you and 10 friends.
I know. Trust me. Yeah, there's people out there that like you can relate with, especially because at the time skaters a lot of times didn't have the best home life.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But so some of us did. A lot of us didn't. But a lot of us can be like, you know what? I'd rather be out here. And then you got a homie that had like a nice house. They fed them good. You get to go to their pad. Their parents are treating you nice. You're like, oh man, this is what's up.
Yeah, we had that homie in Miami for sure. Like me and my cousin would do like really long pushes. Like I would push for 3 miles to get to his house. And then, Miami 80s Coke scene, right? I don't need to say anymore, but
no.
We go to that one friend's house. He had everything. He had the brand new Nintendo with the glove and the the robot and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, and you could do anything at his house.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He had that brand new projector TV, all that stuff. And I'll never forget one time we were walking through his garage, and bro, I'm talking about bricks to the left, bricks to the right.
Damn.
It was like. No, as a kid, you don't know what you're looking at, right?
Mm-hmm. I think I know who his friend was.
His dad was basically like a Tony Montana kind of
guy. Like his probably buddies with Pablo out there.
And that one lady, Maria or whatever her name is.
Anyways,
we need to get off that one.
But so when did you come out to California then?
I came out to California, I think it was 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. So my wife was shout out to my wife.
You got married over there in Florida?
Nope.
Oh, okay, okay.
We got actually we did get married out in Florida. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But we met out in Florida. She was vacationing with her cousin out there, and I was a DJ in Miami Beach. So I was at a hotel. I used to DJ at clubs and hotels and stuff like that. And she turned the corner, and it was like. Everything went black, and I only saw like her in a line, and I heard her heels clicking.
Damn.
Her hair was blowing in the wind. The whole shit, bro. I was like, what? I couldn't imagine. I was a DJ, bro. I had a lot of chicks that would always come up, and this one just something's different. You know? So sure enough, bro, she passed by, and everything got back to normal. Anyways, that's how we met. And,
that's cool. You're like, hey, I gotta talk to her.
Yeah, we were just talking about like long distance, so we did the whole long distance relationship thing for a while, talking like when cell phones weren't free, and it was like $400 or $500 a phone call,
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this girl could afford to talk to me for $400 a weekend. I was like, so this is a good catch, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a good one.
And she was like on the right path.
So she lived in California then.
Yeah, she grew up in Montecito Heights.
Okay.
So, right there on the avenues, bro. Avenue 43.
So you came to California for a girl.
I came to California for a girl.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Like I said to my boss at the time, I was working at the hotel, and I said, "Hey, can I take a couple weeks off? I got invited to LA for a quinceañera, my wife's sister's quinceañera."
Oh.
And she said, "Take a couple weeks, take a couple extra weeks." And I said, "You know what? If I find a job, I'm gonna stay out here."
Damn.
And sure enough, bro, I applied for like 10 jobs, and right before leaving, like a day before, I don't know if you guys know American Apparel, they called me up. And they were like, "Hey, we need an international shipping manager." And that's what I was doing at the time. And like in the background with DJing and all that. And sure enough, dude, I did the interview and they hired me. And it was like, I got a job. So now I got to stay. Like, I got to make it happen.
How old were you at the time?
I was 23.
Oh, you were
23.
Yeah, I was 23. And I went back home and I told my mom, "Hey, I'm moving to California." And it was funny because like, you know, going back to all that, how I would look up to the Hollywood guys and the, you know, like the skaters out here and stuff. I always told my mom, "I'm moving to Hollywood. Like, I'm going to move to Hollywood. You'll see." Because, you know, like you said, growing up, it wasn't always the best situation. And my mom are so alike that we would always clash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. I got that relationship as well.
Yeah, love her to death.
But
you know,
now
I
it's
love my
different.
mom
You
to
know,
death.
this is when we're young. You know, when I was young, and you know, now it's pretty good.
Good. Yeah, same.
Yeah, because
same.
we get older, we realize, you know, because I wasn't the best, obviously, too.
That's
I'm sure
right.
I put her through, you know, like I said, I've been to jail before, so she put up with that. So,
Right.
yeah, shout out to our parents that, you know.
Yeah, man, we put them through some shit as kids, a lot of stuff as kids, you know.
But, yeah, I mean, that's cool. You always knew that you were going to Hollywood.
I always knew, and so sure enough, when I went back and I told her, she was like, "Okay, good, like go, do your thing," you know.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so I moved out here, pretty much sold everything I couldn't ship. I mean, I shipped like thousands of records because I was a DJ. I had a bunch of records. I shipped all that stuff and then pretty much gave away what I couldn't sell and came out here clean, brand new. And thankfully, her parents let me move into a room that they had in the house. And I was like, wow, they're like actually letting me like live here. Like, that's crazy. And then my wife later on told me, like, you know, you're the first boyfriend I've ever introduced to my family at all, you know? So, I mean, I guess they looked at it like, okay, if she's introducing him, that's a big deal, you know?
Right.
And yeah, dude, I lived there for like 6 months, and then it was like, okay, you know, we need our own place. We kept on like sneaking out and stuff like that, and it's like, we need our own place, and so we did it.
That's cool. And were you still on the board at this time? Were you still skating
So,
or just
dude,
DJing?
skating wasn't even a
thing
thing for me. Yeah, I was like focused on trying to build my relationship with my wife. Yeah, I was growing up. I was trying to build my bank account. I was trying to like, you know, make stuff happen for me. Like at that time, it was like skateboarding wasn't even a thought, you know? Skateboarding came back into my life probably, right around 2016, right around there. And I was like, I remember that feeling of freedom, and I just wanted to feel it. So I ordered my first board that I ever bought, which was a Vision Cycle Stick.
Oh, you went that route.
Hell yeah.
That's
I went
cool.
back to the OG, the original one, and that was my first board that I had ordered from Select Distribution. Shout out to Select Distribution, Brad and Kat out there. But yeah, I literally ordered it from a catalog that they used to have in the mail. I would get that catalog all the time and like just, wow, look at the boards. Bro, they were like $150 back then, which is almost the same amount now. Yeah. Which is nuts.
I know.
But yeah, so I bought that board again and I started building it up. And I just like zenned out, bro. Like I had a zen moment and I was just like at peace, you know? And I was like, this is what I gotta do. Like I have to do this somehow. Cause I was either gonna do a Cuban restaurant, Cuban sandwiches, like a mobile sandwich shop. Because that was the other thing, like being corporate and being in offices for 10, 11, 12 hours a day, bro. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't sit behind a computer anymore.
You have to be your own boss.
Yeah, and I mean, I fractured my back when I was 17, so that was a big deal. And sitting at a computer all the time, it just made me worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Until the point where...
You would think sitting in one place would be, you know, okay, but no, it's not.
It's
bad.
not, dude. And I basically became like a disabled person just sitting there, like, not... Like, I would get up and I'd be so stiff, my joints and hips wouldn't move, and like my coworkers would look at me and bro, like, what are you, like 60 or 70? Like, nah, bro, I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't have to feel this way, you know? But yeah, so I was building the board, and I just, that's what came up, because I was like, mobile Cuban sandwich shop, or something that was not in an office. So when I was building the board, I said, mobile skate shop. That's what you got to do, mobile skate shop. It came up.
That just came to you?
It came to me like a light bulb, you know?
Because when I first saw you, because I think I saw you too when you pulled up to La Puente.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this is like an ice cream truck for skaters. This is so dope. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is like, how did somebody not already do this?
Yeah. Well, turns out everybody's done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it turns out like it's been done
It's
before.
been done.
Like, yeah, so Skateboarding Hall of Fame, I forget his name right now, but he did one. Brad from Select did one. Dogtown had one.
Okay.
A bunch of people had mobile shops.
I seen the garage board shop. They have a bus, but I don't think it's a mobile skate shop. It's just a bus to
for
take
the
them
team.
to events.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But nobody did it like how I came out with it. Like, I wanted it to be like a real shop that you walk into, where it felt like a showcase, where it was a lot of artwork and a lot of light. And so, dude, I looked at so many different trucks. I looked at ice cream trucks. I looked at hollowed out box trucks. I looked at one truck called the SK8 Bus. He was trying to sell me like the whole business, and it was like a 1978 GMC stick shift truck. And it's like, bro, I can't.
Yeah, you need something reliable too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to be shifting gears and worrying about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was no windows. It was literally a box truck, a metal box truck covered in wood, and it's like, it felt like I was in an office again, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, excuse me, I see this this bus. I go to Fam Vans over in Fountain Valley. What's up, Fam Vans? But I go out there and I see this bus, and sure enough, as soon as I walk into it, bro, I'm like, this is it.
That's
like,
cool.
I just knew it right away. I go, this is it. 36,000? All right, fine. Let's go. I don't have the money, but let's finance it, you know?
Finance it.
Yeah, we'll make this shit happen one way or another, you know? I think we're 10 minutes in now, right?
Yeah, past that. We're good.
But yeah, so I saw that thing, and I just put my trust on the line, and I said, go ahead, bro, qualify me. I have 700 credit score now. Like, I worked my way up to that moment where, like, I was credit worthy, you know? And I qualified, and I couldn't believe it, bro, because I was driving this big-ass bus, and I'm like, who the hell am I to drive this big-ass bus? You know, like,
it's funny, you don't even need a special license or nothing. They just give you the keys. You're like, here you go.
Yeah, and the guy was nice enough, Wasim, man. He was nice enough to let me hold the bus for like a week or two. He was like, I want you to be sure that this is what you want.
Okay.
So take the bus for a week or two and drive it. And we were trying to clear some like, it had like a fault or something in one of the codes, and we were trying to clear it. And he goes, you could drive it for a couple 100 miles if you want, put gas. And it's a CNG bus, so it's compressed natural gas. But anyways, he let me hold the bus for a couple weeks, and yeah, just driving that big ass bus, looking back, going, bruh, it's a big responsibility they gave me. Like, you could kill somebody driving that thing easily.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Yeah, I used to have to drive these big, huge trucks to deliver windshields back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're kind of wild. Like, you're a little nervous at first, but then you get used to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the first couple weeks of driving it around, I kind of got used to it, and then I decided, I was like, yeah, bro, this is gonna be the one. And sure enough, financed it. We're still paying that thing, bro. It's not paid off yet. We're still paying it. And we got a friend of mine, Mia, who also did my wedding pictures and stuff, designed the wrap on the outside.
Okay.
She also does she works for FIU and does all of their, like, Florida International University. She does all their bus stuff. And I wanted it to go back to kind of like Florida, like the idea, the colors of Florida, that kind of thing. So the green, the blue, the pink, the yellow, all that bright stuff that makes it look like 80s retro Florida kind of thing.
Yeah. It's Miami right there.
She hit it on the nose, bro. I drew my logo on a napkin, and I took a picture and I sent it to her. And I was like, can you, like, make this digitally, you know?
Yeah.
And sure enough, bro, she sent it back to me, and I think she just, like, she had the ear part here on the, like, a little bit bigger than I wanted to.
Yeah.
I go, just make them a little smaller, do this and that, and boom, there it was. And the logo was born.
Skateboard Bus.
Skateboard Bus, man. And then,
that's cool.
You know, the spiral on there, and we have a spiral on the bus, goes back to the cycle stick. A lot of, like, stuff goes back to the cycle stick on the bus. Like, if you look at it, So spirals and all this different thing, and the splash on the website that looks like the cycle stick's hair and stuff like that. All that's like intentionally done to go back to that original cycle stick skateboard that got me back into this.
That's so cool. Yeah, what sparked that? Like did something happen? Did you see a skater again that made you want it, or did you just you had that feeling, I need to get a skateboard?
I think honestly what happened was the feeling of enslavement. Like that's really what happened. Like feeling like a corporate slave made me feel like I need to break free. And
skateboarding does that for sure. Like,
oh, dude. Not only that, but like it helped me shed all that shit that I had built up on my body and in my mind and in me. Like I remember it took me 2 or 3 years to shed it all. Like I would call it shedding. You know?
Right.
Because like it's just like this heaviness feeling where you don't even feel like yourself. I would go home and yell at my family, yell at my wife and all that shit, and like just be upset, you know. And I didn't want to be that anymore. I didn't want to be that dude. Like I wanted to be the happy dude. Like I wanted to be the dude that my kids looked up to and had respect for in a natural way, not because I was forcing them to have it, you know?
Right.
So that's pretty much what sparked it, dude. And it was like 10 years worth of that before I actually did the thing. Like, so I knew what was happening. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And so I had started to like plan 10 years prior that I was going to be my own boss. I was going to have my own business, and I was going to do my thing without anybody telling me when and where and how and all that crap. And then, like, telling me that I'm not good enough, even though I know I am, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing how long have you had the bus now?
It's been about 3.5 years.
3.5 years?
Yeah, 3.5 years. Maybe a little longer. But in business, I think we started 2020, literally, like the COVID thing happened, and it was the worst time to start a business where people walk into a small space. So like, at the beginning too, like just kids would walk up and be like, like scared and not wanting to walk in because of the COVID thing, and also because of like the society that we've created where, we tell kids that the majority of people are bad. And be careful because they might kidnap you and they might take you away. Like I would have kids come around and go, "Hey, bro, you're not gonna kidnap me," and all this stuff. I'm like, "Listen,
that's
bro."
Scary. Yeah, I mean, I get it. We're in that kind of world where you kind of do have to be mindful of that, but at the same time, like, I don't skateboarding. Like, I've tried to give a skateboard away to a little kid one time, and the mother's just like, "What are you trying to do? You're trying to like, what does she use the word? You're trying to
like candy
groom
or
him
whatever.
or something."
Groom
I'm like,
him,
what the hell? His skateboard looks like crap. I was trying to give him a new one. That's all. You know what? Sorry, kid. I'm not giving you nothing now.
Yeah, your mom messed it up.
Yeah, your mom messed it up. Next time, don't bring her to the skate park.
She's probably watching the episode right now. See what you did, Mom?
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it though. But at the same time, like it'll help if like you already had kids like kind of hanging around,
That's right. But no, I was this one dude with gray hair and a gray beard, going
Hey, you
around.
want to come in here and look at these
kids,
skateboards?
You want some free skateboards? So it took a little while to get over that hump.
Right.
Where people started to, like, in the community, to build trust in who I was. You know what I mean? And what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's fine, dude. Like, I knew that was coming. But yeah, I could imagine, like, why are you doing this? People would ask me all the time, why are you doing this? Like, why are you giving away free skateboards? Like, who are you to do this? And it's like, bro, it's just what I want to do. Like, this is an idea that I had, and you're not going to take it away. This is what I'm doing.
I feel like people who are confined to like that normal system you're talking about, who like are stuck in that corporate thing, they can't understand people who have dreams to do this, or like see anyone who wants to take that risk.
Yeah.
They start questioning you, making fun of you, telling you it's not going to happen. Because
correct.
And I see it all the time at work for myself. And
absolutely.
They look at me, I'm a 33-year-old skater working in construction. They're all like, you need to grow up, man. You need to save up for a house. I'm like, I know that's what I want out of my life.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is that I think that's what skaters are. We're outcasts. We're not the normal thing.
Yeah, we see the world different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these people can't understand. Like, they walk up and down stairs all day long. We know what to do with those stairs.
Exactly.
We see it in a different way where, like you said, you get... They're stuck with all them layers that you're talking about that they haven't shed yet, because they don't have that outlet. You know, like maybe some people go out there, they do like jujitsu or something like that where they can get their stress out. But for the normal 9 to 5 guy that just has to go to work, come home, and yell at his family and has to do the same thing over again, it's tough.
Yeah.
And if like skateboarding, lucky for us, man, that's so therapeutic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's important also, like the upbringing, right? That free spirit, like, you know, if your parents brought you up with that freedom mentality and the free spirit of, you know, let them be who they are. Right. Let them experiment a little bit with things and then bring them back home and teach them what's right, you know, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. If you have that upbringing, you can be a corporate person and be happy. Like, for instance, my wife, she loves what she does. She's a teacher. And I tell her all the time, like, you have so many options to do anything you want to do. She's like, yeah, but I love teaching. Yeah. I love reaching out to kids and doing that. And so that, you know, not to knock all the corporate people, right? Like, because some people are happy there. Like, they're happy with that thing. Yeah. But for people like us that are sort of a little bit, I guess, I don't know, dude, I think, like you said, we come up a little bit differently. We have a little bit of a rough time at the beginning. So we seek that freedom that we didn't have when we were children. And then going back to that and feeling that as an adult is like you can't replace it with anything, you know? Right.
So, I mean, skateboarding still feels like we're not following the rules, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I don't like rules that people tell me, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Nah, I can, guess what? I can do that. And you're going to see me do that.
I'll prove it to you.
And I'll prove it to you, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about skateboarding. It gives you that, you said, that freedom to be able to do that. Because without that, man, I'd be walking up and down them stairs like a sucker like them people, you know? But luckily, man, I got that board under my feet.
Absolutely. I mean, that's I think what drives most skaters is that want for just let me do my thing. Let me do my thing, bro. You go do your thing and let me do my thing. And if it bothers you, don't look at me.
Yeah. Like I said, change the channel.
Change the channel.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Go somewhere else. Yeah. Like, how am I bothering you? It's a brick wall. You know?
And the people on Instagram, if you want to say something, put your picture on your profile, man. Let us see who you are. You know what I mean?
All
Stop
the
hiding.
Keyboard warriors out
you
there.
Know? Net bangers.
Yeah, we've met hate, but you know, honestly, dude, we've really had a good as far as online, and maybe I'm jinxing myself right now,
let's hope not.
Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah. As far as, you know, we've been lucky enough. There's always gonna be haters, like they say, right? If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if once we luckily, like you said, knock on wood, you know, we've had a lot of love to the show. You know, everybody supports so far. You know, we haven't had that person that comes and hates on it. But I feel like once we do get that, that's when we made it. You know, that's what right. I feel like. Like, it's like, oh man, we got hate. I don't want to take it as a negative. You know, I want to be like, oh my god, they don't like us. No, that's cool. You know, you don't have to. Everybody don't have to like everybody.
Yeah, but it does play with your psyche, man. Because like I know 6 months ago, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing skateboarding. This sucks. You know, like, because, dude, it gets to a point where it's like you really have to put that Vaseline on, that Teflon Vaseline that like nobody's gonna penetrate, and just know that what you're doing is what you want to do, and it doesn't matter what they think. Right, you know what I mean? Right. And so, but it gets to a point where like, you know, you start questioning yourself. You start like going, man, am I really doing what I want to do? You know, like, is this really what I want to do? And you start to, because once that hate starts coming your way and you start seeing it, you're like, damn, bro, I didn't put all this energy and all this time into this for you to come out here and just, you know, shoo me away kind of thing, right?
Yeah, because we had something like mentioned on Slap. One of the guys that were on the show, that, you know, my skate shop, those two felons, was like, dude, you guys made it to Slap. I go, uh-oh. You know, is this a... But it wasn't they were talking about the homie Ryan Kula, but I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing, so I don't know what's going on about that. But yeah, I was like, if we made it to Slap, we might be. I don't know how it could go, you know. But like I said, I hope the skaters out there know that, you know, like, that we do this because we love to do this. You know what I mean? And like you said, there was times where we, like, even me, I questioned, like, we put all this effort and we got all this stuff now, and to stop now would be ridiculous. But I was thinking, like, man, like, why do we? And then we do the show, and I come away and I feel great about it, I'm like, this is why we do it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, for us, the big hurdles.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's my bad. It's also cool because like there's times that we have skaters that are our friends, our good friends, and we just skate with them and that's it. Like the skate session's over, that's it. We go our own ways, but now we get to sit with them, talk with them, and actually listen to stories that we never even knew about.
That's
so
right.
It's pretty cool getting to know them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also crazy too how you build a connection after the show with them. Like
that's right.
I go so many places now and I see all the dudes that we've had as guests on here, and it's nothing but love.
Instantly.
Yeah, and they're always like, if you're in my city, hit me up to skate. And I'm just like, damn, dude, how do I keep up with everyone?
And
it's hard.
And then they're sharing their spots now. We're like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, they're like sending pins. We're like, woo, let's go.
Spot man, dude, LA, what up?
we return the favor too. They'll hit us up, be like, hey, where's that spot? I'm like, oh, I got you, dude. Here's the exact location, or if it's a secret way to get in, this is how you get in.
Exactly.
Or hours or anything, yeah.
Dude, thankfully I got the whole team, right? So the whole team literally, it's up. Like, I want the focus usually to be about them. And it's going back to that whole thing that we talked about earlier where it's like, I don't, okay, fine, I'm leading the charge or whatever, but like they're the ones doing the stuff, like the stuff that is really admirable, right? At least in my eyes, the tricks and etc. It's like, it's all about them. So that was a big thing for me when I started my company was like, I don't want to put these guys on unless they get some shine too. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not about me at the end of the day. I'm just a shop owner. Me, okay, cool. I had the idea, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it really is about them. So that's been a main focus of Skateboard Bus from the beginning is, trying to find the right skaters that are a good fit with the team and then trying to drive them to shine, so like one thing I do is I open up the bus to them so like they can book the bus for free once a week. We pick them up at a spot that we meet up at, and then like they tell me 2 addresses where they want to go, what tricks they want to get, and that's how we're supposed to do it. That way it's like my schedule is good, their schedule is good, like we know ahead of time where things are going to be. And then we do like a team skate once a month where we meet up and we try. Like last weekend we were at Keene Ramps at the Desert Ranch out there. It was 120 degrees, but we did the damn thing, man. We skated. Damn. We had fun. We had an hour. It was a struggle because it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
We fell asleep out there on the half pipe, the Thrasher half pipe that they have
like
out
at night.
There. Yeah, at night.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we did an overnight thing. Woke up, there were coyotes trying to get us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, E. Sosa, shout out to E. Sosa, like saw one of the coyotes. And then, dude, out of nowhere, some dogs came and started barking and like got the coyotes away.
That's dope.
And then E. Sosa throws a bottle of water at him. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, dog just saved us.
Yeah. But we need that water too.
We need that water.
We're in the desert. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun as hell, man. It was super fun.
How many do you have on the team?
I had to count, man. We recently added 2 or 3 new members, but I think it's about 15
people
on the team right now. And what it is we can't always have everybody on, right?
Right.
So we know like there's that flexibility where, I might be over here, they might be over here doing this or that. So I also want diversity. Like not every skater on our team is a street skater or a vert skater or a this skater. It's all different. Like everybody has their own style. Like I kind of want to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Young guys on, older guys on, guys that been through the ringer, that kind of thing, Yeah. And giving credit due to those dudes that never got the credit. You know what I mean? Like they've been at this game for 15, 20 years and they never got anything from anybody. So I'm like, nah, bro, like we got to give some credit where it's due,
Right. I like that. That's cool. And then anybody could book you to come out, right?
Anybody. Anybody can book us to come out. It's absolutely free to a skate park now. If you want me to come to your house, that's a private booking, right?
I've been to the website and I've seen that you have certain parks already listed that you would go to.
Yep.
That's
and
cool.
So those parks are parks that we've already been to. If you don't see your park on there, all you got to do is tell me. There's a button that says tell me, something like that. You tell me.
Yeah.
And so you click on that thing and tell me where to meet you. If it's at a skate park, we'll come out there for free.
Cool.
We set up shop for 2 hours and we stick around. If you book me and you don't show up, you get banned. So I'm never coming out to you again. Yeah, because you know we've had that too, where people would just book us out. We come out and it's like crickets, and we're waiting for Raulito, and he just doesn't show up. You know what I mean?
And when you got, and then it said something about skate lessons as well.
Yeah, so we started with skate lessons for beginners. That's actually one of the first things that we did at La Puente after we did the grand opening over there.
Okay.
But yeah, we have skate lessons for kids. We're not, so I do the lessons, or I might have one of our team members do the lessons, or all of them come out and help, etc. But when we did the group lessons at La Puente, it was literally just kids. We were just trying to teach them how to get on the board, balance, push, stop. You know, I can take them up all the way to learning how to ollie, and that's about it where I stop.
But those are the fundamentals, though.
Yeah. The fundamentals is also, we do skateboard building classes, right?
That's cool.
So where, you know, I teach them about the components, how they work, how to put them together, how to grip a board, how to put on their own wheels, stuff like that.
That's cool. That's so cool. I
have a question about your team riders. Like, how do you find your team riders? Do you have them turn in a sponsor me video, or you just see them at events, or they come up to you? How do you find them? How do you do it?
All those different ways, right? So in the beginning, I was like, this is a sport, but it's also an art form. Mm-hmm. But I want to have tryouts. I was like, I want to see who's willing to come out here and put their good foot forward. And so a lot of these guys actually tried out for the team. Like, I would put it out on Instagram, and then word of mouth, right? Yeah. I think my first stop was Paxton Skate Park. I went out there. It was Paul Rodriguez Skate Park. And I just, like, started giving out boards to kids. I was like, you know, here you go, bro. I'm doing a team. Like, you know, da-da-da-da. And I think my first tryout was at Paxton Park. And so a bunch of our kids came from Paxton Park. So the first year we did, shout out to the Paxton locals out there.
That's cool.
We got a bunch of 13, 14, 15-year-old kids that were hungry, that wanted to skate, wanted to be part of a team. Mm-hmm. And we did that maybe for a couple years. And then we started doing, I would just, like, people would come up after that, like after we, like, got noticed and got a little bit of notoriety. Mm-hmm. People would come up, or I would notice somebody and I'd say, dude, I want you to be on my team.
Or like, oh, would you ride for anybody? Like, kind of fill them out a little bit, like, because you don't want to be stealing riders either, really, you know?
That's right. Yep.
So, like, you'd be like, hey, dude, is anybody sponsoring you? Anybody hooking you up? They say no. It's all fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
And I didn't know a lot about the politics of skateboarding and all of that. Like, I honestly didn't care. I was like, you know what? Like, there's no rules in life, you know?
There really isn't.
And I wasn't out there trying to do bad things and, like you said, like, steal from another team and stuff like that. We got a bunch of dudes stolen from our team, you know, like, all the time here and there. And
but I feel like you can be a great stepping stone for these guys and point them in the right direction, you know, in a way. Like, especially if brands like, you know, like Real Skateboards or somebody out there is paying attention to what you guys are doing. And they go, wow, like, is this, like, can we get this guy from you? Or, like, we really like this guy or something, you know?
Let me tell you, they don't ask, bro.
They don't ask?
No, the first person we turned pro was Compton Drew. Shout out Compton Drew, man. He wanted to do a board. We went out to Compton and PCP. Shout out to PCP out there, Unite LA Foundation, Wilson Skate Park. But we went out there and I saw this dude, like, I was like, bro, this dude can skate. Like, I never seen anybody skate like that, you know? Like, he's doing flip tricks and all this stuff, tray bombs off of stuff, you know, ghetto birds, whatever, right? And I said to him, hey, man, like, you want to be on the team? He was like, yeah, but I want my board to say fuck 12.
Oh, wow.
And I said, all right, fuck it, we'll do it. Like, done, you know? And I literally emailed him on Instagram. I was like, look, bro, fuck 12, Compton Drew, Skateboard Bus, let's go. And he was like, I like it, let's go.
All right.
And so we ran it. And that was the first pro. And then going back to getting stuff, DGK comes around. Sorry, what's up, DGK, Cooley and Stevie and all that, right? Like, no, it's all love, right? But they put him on, bro, like right away. You know, maybe he was already talking to them before and he was already talking to Brooklyn Projects and the whole thing. So I ain't trying to, like, talk that into reality, but we put his name on a board first.
Okay. Yeah.
And so at the end of the day,
sometimes that's all it takes. Though is somebody going, oh man, like we're sleeping on this guy, a little bit. Like let's get him in now.
For that, do you feel proud of that guy? That like like hey man, like you got picked up by like a big brand,
yes.
like. Or it's just like, oh man,
as long as he remembers where he came from.
Yeah,
you
proud,
know what I mean?
And he does. And that's the thing. I see Drew out there, and I'm like, what's up, Drew? It's all love, like all the time. It's not about the man, you went to DGK and all that. Nah, bro. It's like it's all love, bro. Get your shit, like get it. Like I'm not worried about like if you're doing this or doing that. At the end of the day, though, if I'm giving you boards and I'm riding, like now it's like a little different in my politics and my thinking, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm giving you boards, like, bro, don't ride for another board company. Like, ride my board, Like, you want to get sponsored by shoes, you want to sponsor by hats or clothing or whatever, that's cool. But at the end of the day, if I'm giving you wood, bro, say what's up. Like, say Skateboard Bus gave you that wood. You know what I mean?
Right. Shout them out. I have, like, an experience about that, man. Like, as skateboarders, or me as a skateboarder, I seen, like, other skateboarders that are super ripping, right? And they have sponsors. And they try to keep one of their sponsors low key and try to get another board sponsor, like ride two shops. Or like I experienced one time where we're out like in a group session, like skating a fun session with a big group, and after that, like there's this other dude like has his own company. He put me to the side.
Yep.
And he's all like, hey man, like you want to ride for me? Like
I'll
hook you up. And I'm like, dude, why couldn't you just tell me in front of everybody? Why
Why does it got to be all quiet and clandestine? You're doing something wrong, bro.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? I don't even know this guy. Like this is the first time I'm skating with this guy. Like I already have my people.
Yeah. And that's happened to us too. We're like, we'll be rocking with a skater for a couple months, and then we'll be at an event, and some other dude will see him and go, pull him to the side and go, hey man, you want to ride for me? And it's like. Thankfully, I think I build a rapport with the skaters enough where, like, I've had skaters come up to me and go, like, hey, man, you mind if I... And I'm like, nah, bro, if that's what you want to do. Like, you're here. You're free here, bro. Like, we don't hold you here with handcuffs and cages. Right. Like, you want to come and skate for us? It's because you want to skate for us. It's not because I'm giving you a lot of boards or I'm giving you this or I'm giving you that or promising you something. Right. Nah, dude, like, we're here for the love. We're here to, like, if we get lucky and we make money, that's great. Right. But at the end of the day, bro, we're here to do what we're doing because we want to do it. So
it's pretty much non-profit, right? Pretty like.
I mean, we're profit now, but in the beginning, in the beginning, this is all non-profit. Yeah, it was all money coming out of my bank that I had saved and took out of my retirement and my 401k and all that stuff. Yeah, because
you're making boards and everything like that. That's all money.
Yep.
Do you have a sponsor? Does somebody sponsor you to help you out with this? It's all you?
Negative. No sponsors whatsoever. We took out a loan that we defaulted on, honestly, at the end of the day. But it's all money like that they gave to the Ukraine and stuff like that, right? So it's like free money. And why can't I have some too?
I know, right? They're over there helping them out.
Exactly. So, I mean, I looked at it as it was a 401(3)B. I can't remember what the type of loan it was, but anyways, they're chasing me for it right now. But hopefully we'll pay them back because that's not our intention. Is not to defraud anything. Right. But dude, it's so hard, man. That first year, like it was nothing but just spending money, and giving stuff away. And I was like, my wife was like, "Are you sure what you're doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm positive. This is how you do it. Right. Like, this is how you do it, bro. You gotta get the people gotta know who you are, and I gotta give out. I think we gave out 500 decks, bro, the first year. Wow. It was like nuts kind of thing. Yeah. And sponsored like 12, 13 kids. I would take them out once or twice a month. Buy lunch, give them boards, take them out. The whole thing. Yeah. Make videos, whatever. And dude, I'm brand new into this, so I didn't know all the stuff and what I still don't know. Like to me, it's every day is a learning experience. So
if you do events, do they pay you to do events?
Absolutely, yeah. That's so cool. At first, we still do like Boyle Heights. Shout out Boyle Heights, right? We did a Boyle Heights Youth Fest. That was a free thing that we did because we try to do community. They did give us a tax credit for the business, so that's also nice too, right? Like when you work with the city and you work with certain folks, they give you tax credits. So at the end of the year, when I'm doing my taxes, right, I get to claim that I did this for free. Right. I took the ramp out there and I have a certificate. It's a write-off. Yeah, it's a tax write-off. But yeah, so we get booked whenever we bring the Evolution ramp out or we do events where I'm hosting it. Definitely we get paid for that now. That's cool. In the beginning, no. Yeah. In the beginning, it was like, yo, you want me to do that? Okay, fine, let's go. I'll go do it.
Yeah, it's like a little test run, right? You get the first one, you got to do it for free almost, and then they say okay, and then they want you back again. Okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
And I'm blessed, man. Thankfully, with the DJ background and stuff like that, I was able to have like a little bit of a personality on the microphone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So being able to get out there and host, like we were at Project in Las Vegas a couple years back with Official Genius and Ad Image and, Cult of Individuality and stuff like that. And we were doing that kind of thing. I was on the microphone, like hosting the skate jam. And it's like, how the hell, man? And you know how? Because you put the effort in, you put the work in. Like you go 3 years back and you look, and you're like, oh, I was doing that 3 years ago. That's how come I'm here today.
It's a little different, yeah. It's a little different, but the same, Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a business partner or someone you collab with, someone that helps you drive the bus, or just you by yourself?
It's just me, bro. It's just me. It's not that I have trust issues, right? Like I would love to be able to like have somebody do that, but I kind of do have this thing where number one, insurance, right? Like I have to be the driver. So if I were to pay for another driver, it would cost me
more money
to do it. Especially if it's a young guy who doesn't have 10 years or 20 years of driving experience, if he doesn't have a clean record, stuff like that. So partners really in my business, no, but it's been help has come, right? So my skaters, dude, number one, right? I can't do shit without them. Excuse my French again, but without them, I tell them all the time, like, I can't do this. I can't like take out the ramp every time. I'm 45, 46.
You're 46, right?
Yeah, I'm 46. I have a broken back. Like I'm technically disabled. I can't do all this stuff, so I need the help from them. And, but yeah, I mean, my wife too, right? My brother has been like an advisor to me and stuff. And just, a lot of meditation, a lot of thinking, and God is my other partner. Shout out to God, man, because without God, like none of this is possible. None of this would have happened. And that's a true connection that I feel, ever since I was a kid is like, you need to listen. You need to let spirit drive you versus trying to drive spirit, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Quiet the mind. Listen to what's going on.
Did you ever think about like that idea of the skateboard bus popping up? Do you ever think about like it was God giving you the idea, putting it in your head?
Absolutely. That was the light bulb that popped in my head. That was the light of God. You know what I mean? Like to me, that was what drove me to go forward, gave me the confidence that, yeah, you can do this thing that you want to do. You can be free. You can enjoy life. You can come home and not be that dude, right? And you can be that guy that your kids look up to. You can be that guy that your wife wants to be with. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, also learning how to be a leader and how to kind of like be a influencer in a way, right? Because when at the end of the day, that's kind of what I am, like in a way, right? Like I don't think of myself as that. I just think of myself as who I am. But when you look at it in a bigger perspective, like I'm trying to teach these guys, as much as I can by example, not by telling them, but just doing it, right?
That's the best way. I mean, because I can tell somebody not to do something and then turn around and they see me doing it, and it's like, well, then I'm a hypocrite, So it's like, I could just show you how I run, and then hopefully maybe you'll learn some things,
Exactly.
But at the same time, like, I mean, I was watching, I saw Listo get sober, and I'm like, oh, all right, let me get sober too then. I'm like, let's jump on that wagon. So I put the beer down too, and now, like you said, that all those cans are now coming into my head now too, like, oh, I can do this, I can do, like the show, like, like when we first started doing it, we're like, oh yeah, I can't wait, we're gonna do that, and then now it's more like, no, it's more for the guests now, it's not for us, it's for you, it's for the guy that sits in that chair.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about what we do is like people think we're doing it for us, and we sort of are, because there is some satisfaction. I'm not gonna lie, right?
Of course.
It feels good to I don't want to say be that guy, but to lead by example kind of thing. And it does feel good to know that what you're doing is not just for you. It's for everyone that's around you and for a bigger picture. Like there's more to it than just me.
Right. I love that. It's amazing what you're doing, especially. Thank you. And I would love to see you guys get more like sponsors would be cool, right? Like
it would be really cool if somebody actually fucking wanted to help us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like do you have a dream sponsor that you may want to work with?
Hey, Liquid Death, dude. You know how much Liquid Death we gave out to kids, bro? When I found out that it was a cool brand, I started buying cases of Liquid Death.
We're still waiting over here. I don't know. Can you see it on the camera, everybody? I'm drinking it, everybody. Come on now.
And yeah, I mean, we've been at events where we go Shred Fest, right? Shout out to the homie Colin and Sun Skates. He changed the whole thing out. But Shred Fest, that was one of the first things when I saw Liquid Death, and I was like, damn, bro, they sent them like 3 pallets of cases of stuff. And it's like, really? Y'all got it like that? Like, you can't send the homie like 5 cases and we'll like give it out to thirsty skaters, you know? Right. So I was buying them for a while, but
I'm still buying them.
Yeah.
People, they may think that they sponsor the show, but they don't.
It got to the point where I was like, well, forget about it, bro. Yeah. Like, if they don't want to look at me, then I'll look somewhere else. And so now we actually are sponsored. Like, a lot of our skaters are sponsored. Like, for instance, Akeem's sponsored by A-Shock, right? So we do get some A-Shock from time to time. Or it's not A-Shock, Accelerator, my bad. Accelerator energy drink. We get a couple cases of that. We give those out. I am working on another one I can't talk about right now because it's still not done. And I believe in that, you don't talk about until it's fruited.
Exactly.
But we're working with somebody close to home, I can say that, and so it's really close to home for me, and that would be amazing if we got this drink sponsor. But yeah, Cuban soda, I can say that. Okay. And it's in fruition. We're trying to make boards for them and stuff like that, and give away some drinks for them at
events. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
Speaking of boards, where do you make your boards from? Like, what distribution or?
That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, so it's just a secret I might have to keep to myself. Okay. I'm just kidding. Hey, sometimes. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was like that at the beginning, man. So at the beginning, we reached out to everybody to try to make boards, and nobody wanted to make boards for us. We did find Point Distribution out of Las Vegas. I'll give them a shout out because that's how we started, right? Point Distribution was the first set of boards that we made, and they were doing like a digital print on the back. So, the quality wasn't as up to par. The boards were okay, but not, what I wanted to. Right. Like, I'm a perfectionist in a way that I want to have the best of the best all the time. And I know that sometimes that's not possible, and you got to kind of get what you get and don't get upset. Shout out Miss Dorothy right there. Learn that from her. But yeah, you get what you get. You don't get upset. Right now, we're working with PS Sticks, so Paul Schmidt. The professor, right?
The professor, yeah.
What more do you want? Like, that's the best wood there is, period.
That's right.
We also are hoping to work with HLC. We've already kind of been in contact with them, but so they do Flip and Plan B and those guys. So we're going to get wood out of that camp. And I don't want to spoil it, but I'll kind of give you a little bit of insight, right? We try to diversify. We try to be as flexible and do as much as we can to stay in business, because it's hard, man. Yeah. It's really hard. Like, you guys think that this shit is easy. It's not easy. It's like it's pretty much you're on call all day and you're thinking about it all day. Like, you hear people talk about it and you don't think it's true, but it's true. Like, you're literally, everything is the business. Like, everything is what's going on.
You brought some boards.
Yeah, we brought some boards.
These made from Paul Schmidt?
Yeah, so this is a Paul Schmidt board, and shout out to Tiny Avenger over there.
Yeah, Jose
Serta. Yep.
Jose Serta.
Shout out to everybody out there in PS Sticks. And this is a design that I found was the first design we made, and it was because of the whole COVID thing, right?
Right.
So it's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and so it's pestilence, war, famine, and death.
So much glare in here.
Yeah, so we got the whole collection: pestilence, war, famine, and death. We're gonna give one to you guys, whichever one you want.
Okay.
And then, of course, we got the homie. Yeah, we got the homie PJ Rue. Yep. Made his own graphics. Has made all of them. He's an artist as well, so that's another thing that we try to do is focus with local artists. So like King Cam is another one that we did a board with back then when we could out of Pedlo.
I love that. Yeah, PJ's in the house for everybody.
Yeah, PJ's in the house. PJ came out
here
with
today.
us.
Thank you for coming down, buddy. Hell yeah.
PJ actually hooked it up so we could be here, and dude, that's what it's all about. Is literally like just getting this motion forward and working with. This doesn't even feel like work. I feel like I'm just chilling with the homies right here and just talking.
That's what we do, man. That's what it's about.
But yeah, this is another one that we did with Kanye Sesser. So No Legs, No Limits. Shout out to Kanye's also on the team. Cool.
Yeah, dude, I've seen her at some events too. Like I've seen her at the Sheckler has the foundation thing.
She rips, bro. Yeah. The first time I saw her was in Pink Motel. We were doing Shredfest, and she drops into the pool. She hits the top of the coping and she eats shit, bro, like nasty. Bam! And she just gets right back up, like that 6 foot drop in I did, Yeah. Just gets right back up and gets at it. And I was like, bro, I was so inspired and motivated by her that she came by the bus, and I said, hey, I got a handicap ramp, like I could bring it down if you want to get. She goes, fuck that. What do you mean a handicap ramp? She gets off her shit and just like goes up on the bus and like,
that's rad.
Straight up motivation, dude. I was like, what the hell, bro? Like I got a fractured back and I'm talking shit and making excuses.
I was gonna say something too. I was like, I cut my finger earlier and I'm like,
hey, no excuses, bro. Like,
you know what I mean?
This is literally what inspired me to get her on the team. And I asked her, I was like, hey, would you be interested in like maybe coming out to skate with us? And she was like, yeah, I could check it out or whatever. And sure enough, she came out a couple times. We ended up doing an event at the barracks for Hot Ones and Totino's Pizza.
Okay.
And she came out there, and then it was just like, it just natural. It just happened. I was just like, hey, I want to make you a board, and I have an artist, and he's ready to make your graphic.
And no one has her on a team?
Sandlot Times had her.
Okay.
Yeah, not really on the team, or I don't know. Like, but yeah, she's on a bunch of teams actually. Like, I don't, she's
getting her stuff.
Yeah, she's what's the truck company that does those trucks that have that?
Independent?
Avenue, yeah, Avenue Trucks. So she's sponsored by Avenue Trucks. Dude, she was a Victoria's Secret's model walking on the runway,
Walking Dead too.
She's on Walking Dead. That's right. She's on a bunch of stuff, and it's like, just dude, it's like it's funny because you would try to seek people like this and you can't find them, you can't get to them, kind of thing, and it's just like.
Skateboarding,
we just our paths crossed, and that's where it was, and that's where it made sense.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
That's what we try to do, is drive that natural sort of motion. And her story is crazy. I don't know if you heard it, but she was left for dead basically as a baby on the side of the road, and she was picked up by some nuns, and they she was covered in ants. Like, I never forget this story because she told me it herself.
Damn.
And she was covered in ants, and they took her up, and I guess she didn't really like the wheelchair or anything like that, and I think that's what ended up getting her on skateboarding, was that she was able to be mobile on a skateboard and push around. So yeah, man, shout out to Kanye Sesser. Thank you for being on our team and for being such an inspiration to everybody.
Yeah, we thank you out there, man. It's amazing. Yeah, it gives people that like you said, you're complaining about this little thing, and then you're like, this person never gave up, Yep. So.
And then this is the last graphic we did. It's Uncle Sam. So it's just like, Uncle Sam wants you, right? We want you on our team. And what I mean on our team is just on the Push Posse. That's something that we do, where we let people sign up for the Push Posse. I still haven't been able to give as much as I can to those people that sign up. Because believe it or not, it's like you say, do you have a partner? Do you have no, dude, we've had 0 donations. Actually, we had 1 donation. I lie. We had 1 donation from a dude at X Games. The last X Games, he came up and he's like, dude, I like what you're doing. I heard about what you're doing. Here's $50 for your Push Posse. And sure enough, we gave it away that day. Like, here, have something, right?
Yeah.
But the way it works is you can sponsor any skater. Any skater can be sponsored by us on our website. Excuse me, cool. You just put in your email address, your name, and excuse me again. And when we get a donation, or whenever I have like a little extra, I'll take a certificate. We call it Skateboard Bus Cash, and I'll send it to that skater by email, and then they can use it to buy stuff on the website or on the bus itself. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it kind of works out so we get to make a little bit of money,
right?
and they get to get sponsored by either, you know, a random stranger or by your mom or by abuela or whoever, you know.
And it's not a monthly thing. It's just like they could just donate $5 if they want.
Yeah, $5,
$30.
Yeah, $1, whatever you want to donate to the Push Posse. You have my word. I'm not taking it. I don't need that money.
Right.
And I'm going to turn that into Skateboard Bus cash. And there's, I don't know, 700, 800, 1,000 people now, haven't looked, that are on our Push Posse just waiting for your donation. So, hey, rappers and everybody else out there who's got tons of expendable cash.
You know?
You want to hook up some skaters? Check out our website. Go to the Push Posse and sponsor one. Drop us some money. I'm not keeping it, dude. I'm giving it back to these guys.
That's amazing. That's so cool. Yeah. And you brought a few guys here today, too.
I did, because like I said, it's not about me. This is not about me. It's in a way it is, but at the same time, it's more about them and what they're able to do. I mean, some of these guys, man, like skateboarding, like I said, when I was growing up skating, if you could kickflip, you were a badass, you know? Like now what they're doing with tray flips and hard flips and all these kind of flips that are hospital flips and all this stuff, I'm like, bruh, nollies and board slides and ledges and gaps and all this stuff is like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I remember when pressure flip was like a no-no, and now everybody's able to do those things nowadays, and they're killing, and they're actually like doing them down sets and stuff, you know?
I think I seen Eric Ellington in the Death Wish video bringing it back with the big sets, and it just looked so sick, and he would just he'll pressure flip Manny.
Yeah,
so bad.
crazy.
He does a lot of them in that Death Wish video, and it's just nuts what he does with them. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool now.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I always find that when I take these guys out, like when they're trying to get a trick or something, and it's a specific trick they're trying to get, it's always like, oh, fuck, like 97 tries, right? But then they just get out there and just skate for fun and just do something. That's what I resonate with, when they just start getting out there and just doing it because they want to do it.
Right.
And then they'll just, bro, even an ollie like looks so much easier than something like that you're trying to do if you just do it because you love that feeling of doing it, you know? So, yeah.
Especially if you see, like, Jeremy Ray, the way he ollies, man. Man, he like, puts that back foot and he, like, bends it back so the tail comes up. He bones it out. You're like, dude.
Right, yeah, it makes it look all twisted out. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, same.
My bad.
No, go ahead. I was going to say same thing with PJ. It's like, you seen PJ ollie, right? Fuck, smacks his foot. You know, it's awesome. Oh, yeah.
There's some times where, like, there's some skaters that really want to get a trick, and they're, like, really stressing about, like, oh, I really want to get this trick, but in reality they could easily just have fun and like land other tricks that they could do and get it on footage just to have clips instead of stressing and not getting anything, you know?
Exactly.
But that's the difference, though. They have to always one up, you know, the last thing they did. Or
well, that's what I kind of, because we have our little squad too, we call it off to lunch, and then like these guys will go out there and they're like, focus, I'm at one spot, I'm just gonna work on this. I'm like, no, just go out there and do your warm-ups. And if you just do your warm-ups like at the skate park, have fun. And then when you're ready to try what you're trying, it'll probably come fast because you were just having fun. And
it's just part of it, right? Yeah. It's the next thing.
It's the next thing because you started ollie, kickflip, 50-50.
Plus, like, you start beating yourself up over one trick. Like, you're not going to bring nothing home, like a clip. At least, like, I like to do something simple. Let's get something on film real quick, and then we'll work on the next thing, just in case I don't want to burn myself out on one thing and then get too tired to do the simple thing.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Yeah,
I mean, but some people, they just got that mentality that they don't give up, and then sure enough, they didn't give up and they get the trick. And you're like, wow, okay, it was worth it then.
And that's what I tell my skaters all the time, or our skaters all the time, is like, bro, this is for you. Like, this is your career. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do as a skater. Do what you want. Like, you're presenting yourself as a skater. I'm helping to promote you through my channel, through my social, through all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you're going to shine because you shine on your own, not because I told you. And at the end of the day, too, like when we go out and we have long days and, you know, we have like skate tricks and like, dude, that's awesome. Wow, you tray flipped a gap, you know, you did this. But my favorite part, honestly, is skating to the spot and skating back. Yeah. That's like my favorite thing, just like that camaraderie of all the homies pushing through some random area, you know, like everybody looking at you like, who are these guys? What are these guys? You know what I mean? It's like, all of a sudden, I'm that guy that I saw when I was a kid, ollie that curb, and like, hopefully I inspire some kid that's watching us. Or
I'm trying to do that all the time, man, but they're never looking. When I'm damn it, bastards.
No, they're never looking at me either, bro. They're always looking at these guys, but whatever.
Yeah.
And
right.
we still get the glares of like, who's this old guy with these young guys? It's like, come on, bro, leave us alone. We're doing what we're doing.
I got a question. Who films you guys while you guys are out?
A lot of us. So all our teams are filmers. Like I tell these guys too, like I'm not the fucking filmer, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm the driver.
I'm the driver. I'm like trying to, but I film a lot of it. But yeah, within themselves. So that's the other thing is that, like, it helps to make you responsible for your own stuff. So most of the times they're filming their own tricks. They're getting their own angles. But if we're
they're
together,
learning another skill as well when they're doing the tricks. I mean, filming is a skill, like especially if you start wanting to capture it in a certain way.
Yeah,
you gotta learn to point the camera.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I had to learn real fast because you guys, man, if I miss one trick from
cut their head off,
yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You got to do it again.
Yeah.
Anyways, two to make it true, right?
Two to make it true. All right, yeah. Do you plan on traveling out of state or anywhere else, like in the future, maybe?
We just got invited to Project in Las Vegas. It would be our second time going. Shout out to Project in Las Vegas and the official genius ad image out there, and everybody who's involved, Cult of Individuality, who's been doing this show at Project for 3 years now.
When you say Project, you mean Brooklyn Projects or Project?
Project is a show in Las Vegas for fashion. And so that was one of and they wanted to have a skateboarding sort of feel to it at first. So yeah, we got invited out there. Akeem, who's also on our team, not here today, but he had a friend who was involved in that whole thing. And that's another thing, man. You got to know people that know people that know people. And even then, it's like you might not get the chance because you still got to impress them somehow or some way,
Right. What are you bringing different?
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you bringing?
Yeah. And if you impress them, then it's on.
But yeah, we have that, and then thankfully our skaters also like on their own. I think Carlos is planning on going to Florida, hopefully for Castle. If he makes it out there, we have 100% confidence that he will be making it out there. He's been number one every time here in his age group.
I gotta say something about Carlos. I seen him at the OC Rams skating for the Dirt Brothers.
Yeah,
he was getting down, pop shit, tail grab.
Dude, this guy's phenomenal, bro. Like when he's out there doing his thing, and especially when he's in his Zen mode and he's just being Carlos, he's on fire, bro. Like he had one clip on the library gap. I don't know if I think you mentioned it, where he does a pop shove tail grab. Was it a pop? Big spin tail grab. Yeah. Big spin tail grab down the library gap. That's huge, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who's talking about that? You know what I mean? Like,
we are.
Besides, I mean, thankfully we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that whole credit due thing, right? Like, let's get these guys some credit. Like they're the ones that are putting their bodies and everything else at risk, and coming up with this stuff. And yeah, you got to give the credit where credit's due. So Carlos, man.
Shout out,
and Carlos has been with us for, 3 years now, since he was maybe 13, 14.
Okay.
And
shout out.
Yeah, man. I've seen his whole progression from, what he started at to where he's at now. And it's amazing where he's led himself to.
All right. Well, let's introduce him then. We'll get him on the show.
Let's go.
All right.
That's why we brought him.
Yeah, let's take a quick break and then we'll get these guys in the chair and introduce them.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
And we're back. Everybody, we have one of the team riders here. Tell us your name.
Carlos Mendez.
Carlos Mendez. And how old are you?
16 years old.
And how did you get involved with the skateboard bus?
Well, I did the tryouts. I got second place, but I didn't make it on the team. And after a couple months after, I just went to Paxton, and he was right there. He was like, "Oh, you're sponsored. Just give me a board."
Shout out to that, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Were you busting tricks that day too?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
How did you feel your first time doing it? Oh, what? I'm sponsored? Was it kind of mind blowing or a shock to you? Or
yeah, I was just surprised. It was random.
Yeah.
That's the best though.
And
That's the best.
what city are you from?
I'm from Reseda.
Which one?
Reseda.
Presido? Oh, okay, because I remember seeing you right there in Orange County for the OC Ramps, dude. I think that's the first time I seen you. And then you were killing it, man. You were right next to me, hyping me up. I was hyping you up, and we were like, dude, this guy's sick. Yeah, now here you are, Carlos.
I remember him from that day too.
Yeah, I ended up snapping my board that day.
Yeah, you did. That's true.
All right, and shout out to that. And would you ever want to come back and be on the show?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool, man. We'd always look forward to hearing your whole story. Like right now, we're just gonna introduce some of the guys. So, do you have any shout outs for everybody?
Shout out to Skateboard Bus. Shout out to Scrape Wax. Shout out to my clothes sponsor, Red Eye clothing company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to that, dude. That's cool that you got some sponsors.
Yeah.
Man. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see you come back for the, to get to
know you better.
Yeah.
And skate soon for sure.
Yeah. We'll run into them out there on the streets.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and keep skating, man. I look forward to seeing more of your clips and stuff like that out there.
I will.
All right, man. Let's get somebody else in the chair. We'll be right back. We have our next guest in the house on the team. Give us your name and age.
I'm Neil DePaz, and I'm 22.
22? And how did you get involved with the skateboard bus?
Yeah, basically I got on a tryout. I beat one of the team riders, but I didn't win the race, and I did a bunch of tricks in the same spot.
Oh, were you also doing the tryouts? Yeah? At the same park, Paxton?
Yeah, and also 2 of the team members already knew about me. Were like, you should get on, and I was like, all right.
Okay, shout out to that. And what city are you repping?
I'm from Van Nuys.
Van Nuys?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool, man.
Nice. Okay. And who was the team rider that you beat? Was it a game of skate or was it like a best trick or?
I beat Christian, and he had brand new cruiser wheels and bearings, bro.
Okay.
And it was an on-foot race, and I had an old board, and I was like, yeah, I still beat you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like a little race around the park or something?
No, just straight. Half mile gone, half mile back.
Okay.
That's like a distance right there.
Yeah. And these are things you put together for them to do?
Yeah, it was a 1 mile race. Yep. And we did, I think it was $500 was the
Nah, $100.
No, it was like $500 back then.
$500
Maybe the one
price?
where I was a little bit less, but the first one we did was $500. We did a mile race.
You did 100 on the race and then 400 on the competition.
Yeah, something like that.
But that's cool that you're involved with this, man. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Pretty fun?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Shout out to that. All right. Do you have shout outs?
Yeah, none on my tongue at the moment, but definitely Skateboard Bus.
Shout out. Yeah, man.
Red Moon, Arthur,
Scrape Wax.
Scrape Wax, even though it's myself, but it's really...
That's you?
Yeah.
All right.
It's what I'm doing basically. When I started, I didn't know what I was doing. I just been making wax for like 8 years as of right now, but back then it was like 6 years or 5 years. Okay. And I was just hooking up pros like what's the answer to your guys' solution? You know what I mean? Why would you pay $10 for a piece of wax like the size of like this? You know what I mean? Like a bottle cap. Like what's the point? Like, you know?
Is it any better, or is it just because it looks like it has a graphic on it?
No, because temperature proof, the glide, it doesn't flake. And then a lot of the times you put wax on something and it just comes off. It's meant to stay there but help you slide, not slide you off. That's the main reason. Okay, so you're finding the right formula.
Going into the science of it.
That's cool.
And you just recently hit me up too. You're like, hey, what's your address? I want to send you some wax. And then me as a like a stoner and stuff, I'm like, wax? What kind of wax? You know?
Yeah, you sent me that spot.
Yeah,
I've been looking for that spot for years, bro. I was like,
okay, that's cool. That's cool. So if people are looking for wax, they can come to you.
Yeah, basically.
Skateboard wax, everybody. Skateboard wax.
It's been like 2 years testing. I would go to Jay Quan and just hook up whoever. Keelan Dad was another one that told me that your wax doesn't flake. I'm like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what it means. Trust me, I've ran into those wax before. But that's so cool, man.
And also, I want to give a shout out to Furby, Antoine Dixon, and Jordan Morning, because those are the people that are on my team at the moment.
Ooh, shout out to that.
And also, I hook up skaters like, Carlos and other people on the team just because for the love.
Of course, yeah. Those are the homies right there.
And another shout out would be Skate Hall of Fame, Pharmacy Hollywood, because those have been my two biggest partners in starting that. And also Skateboard Bus, but
Nice.
Shout out, man. And
Go ahead. My bad. I was just gonna ask if you would be interested in coming in the future, be a guest.
yeah, definitely.
All right, man. Can't wait to have you back, man.
All right, thank
Dude, thank you. All right, now we have our next guest in the seat today. Give us your name and your age.
My name's Hugo Felland. I'm 13. I'm like about to be 14.
About to be 14. What city are you repping?
I live in Glendale or like Montrose area.
Okay. And how did you get involved with the skateboard bus?
I saw on Instagram, like I was scrolling through it, and then I saw like a tryout thing. And then like when I went there, it was like really hot. I remember like I like did my best, and I think I got on like the second place or like a little lower. But then like I just kept showing up.
You kept showing up to the events? That's cool that you saw it on Instagram and you wanted to try out. And how did that, dude? Was that amazing that he just kind of said, "Here, you're part of it"?
Yeah, I was like super happy.
That's
but
cool.
like a couple, because I just got I got a new deck a couple weeks after. And I just wanted to get new clips, and I ended up breaking my foot.
Oh no.
Man.
Okay, but you're back. Are you back on the board now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to that, man. Shout out to them for taking a chance on you, and you've seen the Instagram post and going, bro. Like I said, anybody out there can do that. You know, he's willing to you're willing to take on more people, right?
Yeah, next year.
Next year? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Maybe the team's full. I don't know. We'll get into that later, but all right.
I have a question. Like, have your guardians seen the bus? Like, what do you think? Like your parents, like, have they seen the bus or?
Like I want to give a shout out to my parents because like they help me. They'll take me here, and like my parents like the idea and like they support it a lot.
Yeah, did they have to?
Like,
Oh, what's up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did they have to meet him first and all that, or like?
I think they just like my dad just met Danny, and then like after that they kind of just like trusted him.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, this dude's like a cool guy.
I feel like it'd be even safer for you because I feel like you're with somebody that's responsible. You know what I mean? And then you get to go to different skate parks and have fun and spots, right? You guys go to street too? Dude, that's what's up.
And you guys have like a team together. They could be your homies, and then like as you guys grow together, you guys are out skating together, hanging out together. You guys build a relationship, which is cool. Being at your age, teenager, which is cool having someone that you could trust.
And it's cool too because at your age, you're opening doors for yourself, getting your name out there. So you never know where you're taking the long run. Make a big name for yourself out there in the industry.
I hope. Maybe one day.
Man.
Is that the dream, to be a pro? All right. Shout out to that, man. And would you ever want to come back and
Yeah, I definitely want to come back.
All right. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
We would love to have you back, man. Hear your stories,
Heck yeah, everybody.
For sure.
All right.
Alrighty, guys.
We got one more? All right. Now we got our next guest in the chair. Give us your name and your age.
All right, my name is Alex Parfit. I'm 29 years old, so I'm a little bit older than most people on the team. Yeah. So.
Okay. You're the newest one. They said.
Yes, the newest addition to it.
Shout out to that, man. And what city are you repping?
Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're OC right here.
Yeah.
That's
So,
dope.
COC.
Being the newest the newest team rider, how did you get picked up?
Honestly, man, so like, I think it was like 2021, 2022 or so. I went to SkaterCon, right, and at New Skate Park, and like prior, a couple of days before that, I was at work and I was talking about like passive income, and I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna start my own mobile skate shop, and I go to SkaterCon just on a whim, just to go see what's going on there and all that stuff, and maybe see some pros or just go skate, you know what I mean? And I walk up and I see this thing called Skateboard Bus, and I tripped out. Like, I got chills. I was like,
You're like, oh,
no.
wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I literally just said this. You know what I mean? I literally just said it, and I walked on there, and I kept that same energy. I was like, dude, no way. No
That is
fucking
amazing.
way. You know what I mean? This is crazy. But, yeah, and I sat there, and I chopped it up with him for, like, a good 30 minutes, and I was like, I need to go skate before it gets dark, because,
Okay.
yeah. So,
And
that
he
was the
he saw you skating, and he was like, all right, let's get my,
Actually, so SkaterCon, I just kind of like I
You just
talked
met,
to him
yeah.
for like a little bit, because he had his own thing going on. He was promoting. People were in and out of there. I think that was pretty much a good day because everybody was pretty enthralled over it.
Right.
So like, I then went to Exposure. I went to the Exposure event in Encinitas. Shout out Exposure. You know, and I just popped up there and I was like, what? The skateboard bus is here again. You know what I mean? And I was with my homie I always skate with. I was like, we got to go say what's up to the homies in here. And, you know, again, every time I would walk in there, we just get lost in conversation. And, you know, and that was like the first day I think I met Carlos and Scrapes and all that stuff. And, you know, we all like ended up skating, doing some sessions together and all that stuff. And, you know, they followed me on Instagram after that, and you know, it's pretty much been all love since then. You know, we're just skating, and
that's what I love about skateboarding, man.
Never expecting anything. So
right.
Every time I was there, I was just in there for good conversation and skate. Yeah, man.
And it happened naturally, so that's the way it's supposed to be done. I mean, sometimes you put yourself out there. Usually, you know, it can happen, but the natural way when people just start feeling your vibes and everybody's chill. Yeah. That's the best, dude. That's amazing. I'm glad you're part of the team, and damn, everything you guys are doing, dude. Damn, especially Danny over there, man. He's making it happen, dude. Shout out to that.
Yeah, dude. I've been skating for a long time, and I've never had anybody take a look at me in that direction. So when I got put on the team, I was like, what? You know, I got like chills. I was like, are you serious right now? Like I never would have thought like somebody would want me.
Everybody wants to feel like they're a part of something, and then when you actually are, and the people and the vibes are right, I mean that's everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
And it seems like you guys have like almost like a family
yeah.
together. Like,
absolutely. Yep. You know when you're around good people because you immediately click, everything flows naturally. You know?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like today, man, all you guys have been clicking all day. It's been amazing, man.
Absolutely. Man.
Heck yeah. All right, you have any shout outs?
I do. Shout out to the Skateboard Bus for giving me a chance. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to doing a lot more stuff and going on a lot more trips and, you know, seeing what I could bring to the team and you know what I mean? And just be a good positive vibe for it. And I also want to shout out my parents, you know, for keeping me, you know, on the path of skateboarding and, you know, and
they were your first sponsors, right?
Yeah, essentially, you know, like, you know, really pushing for me to skateboard. And, you know, shout out Cult of Individuality, too. You know, if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, like, I wear a lot of Cult of Individuality shirts and clothing and stuff like that.
I have to check them out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shout out them. Yeah.
All right. And we'd love to have you back if you're down.
Dude, I'm completely down. I could talk for hours, though. So.
Okay. That'll be awesome, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, man, hit us up. You or any of the team riders, you know, hit us up on the Instagram. You know, Where the Locals Sk8.
We got a whole month already right here, just sitting in the room. Yeah. We got a whole month of episodes right there. So, dude, shout out to you guys, and that's amazing, man. Absolutely. I can't wait to get you back here.
Hopefully, I get to skate with all y'all.
Oh yeah, we'll do that for sure.
I'll probably run into you too somewhere in those parks.
Absolutely.
I run them sometimes after work.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I'm usually at all the parks and stuff like that. I'm trying to get more street stuff in, but every time I go to street stuff, I'm like, I want to actually like film.
Film. Yeah.
Actually film.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I'm down.
All right. Can't wait. All right. Before we get to Danny, PJ also is in the pad.
Yes. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, back in the hot seat.
Yep.
All right.
Love it here.
How did you get involved with the skateboard bus?
Got involved with the skateboard bus basically through Rue's Tacos. Mm-hmm. Like everybody know, I do a lot of events for kids and give back to the community. And I pretty much seen him on Instagram and I followed him for a while. And then I was like, you know what, he's doing the same thing. And that's one of my biggest things that I try to push is to give back to the community and to give back to where we came from. So I hit him up and was like, hey, I'm having a huge event. I would like for you to pull up. And he pulled up, we chopped it up, and it's been history since.
That's amazing.
I've gotten my boards done through him, everything. And, you know, everything we do is just about positivity,
right?
And just giving back to the community and just showing kids love and that it's a different way out, you know what I mean? And just to keep them focused.
That's amazing. And you guys both, like you said, you're both kind of doing the same thing. You're both your own bosses for one thing, and then you're giving back to the community as well.
Exactly. No days off.
That's crazy. It's amazing, dude. And I've been seeing what you're doing out there, and we're reposting. We're trying to help you get them caters out there and more events.
I appreciate it.
Hopefully somebody bites out there and wants some tacos. go support.
I stay busy with that. It's
hard.
constant,
right?
It's hard, you know what I mean? And like with Danny, like, you know what I mean, I'm by myself and my wife, so trying to manage everything and do everything on our own, it's tough. But
like you said, like you even said right now, there's no days off. Even when you're not working, I'm sure the wheels are always turning.
Even when I say like, oh, I'm gonna chill and take a break, nah, my phone is going off. It sucks sometimes, but it's just like, you know what I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do it, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's for these dudes, it's for these kids, you know what I mean, that grew up in a hard area and have no other outlet, and skating is that outlet, just like it was for me. I'm gonna give it to them, and he's doing the same thing, and I love what he's doing, and I want to continue to push that with him.
That's so down. Yeah, we would love, like, hopefully in the future, man, we can get out to these events too, and set up a little booth and do like these little interviews, like how we're doing with you guys, and then have the kids come back, or the guys come back and sit in the chair, and we can get the full story. Yeah, man, it's amazing.
Every single one of them have a story.
Of course, man.
I mean, I feel like it should be heard, and you know what I mean. It sucks that a lot of these bigger brands, you know what I mean, don't really push like they should be. You know what I mean? They just worry about the income. And that's one thing about him that I like. It's not about the income. It's not about the work. It's about pushing these kids to do better and, you know, try to live a better lifestyle.
And I like the fact that he, like, when he came on the show, of course, he wanted to give these guys some shine. And, of course, I think that's amazing. You know, like, he's like, it's not about me. It's about them in the long run. But, again, we have to talk to him because he's the one that's making it happen, too.
Exactly.
You know, so, dude, shout out to that. Dude, it's amazing. You have any shout outs?
Man, I want to shout out Skateboard Bus. You know, I want to shout out, you know, my kids, my wife, and just everybody that's always been here and supported me. You know, it's a blessing to still be here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As far as everything I've been through in life, you know what I mean? And it's just, I'm very appreciative of everything.
Dude, thank you for being here, bro. And then coming down too to support the Skateboard Bus as well.
Had to, man.
That was a surprise, man. I didn't know you were coming down. So he's like, hey, he's on his way. I'm like, oh, shout out. Hell yeah.
He hit me up, and I was like, dude, that's dope. I'm happy that y'all got in contact with each other. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's because of you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, now let's get Danny back in it. And we're back with Danny, everybody. Dude, those guys are amazing, man.
They are, bro. This is literally... it's been an amazing day for us. A good morning, and we're about to hit the streets after this. Hopefully you guys can come out. Maybe not, but we'll see, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what these guys' plans are. I know I got to do some things before I can do anything, but I mean, if you want, there's a mini ramp here as well. I could even set up the driveway, you know, like I love skating where I'm at, but I don't mind hitting the streets as well.
Sick.
But shout out to all your guys, man.
Yeah, no, shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for having us here. Thank you to Listo and yourself. And
David Pralta.
David, thank you, man. For putting this together and doing it for the skaters, bro. That's what it's, like you said, that's what it's really all about. And on that note, if you don't mind, I got a list.
Well, let's get, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I still want to ask you, do you have any other hobbies? Let's get to know you a little bit besides skateboarding bus, and what do you do on the side?
So the name of my company is actually Skateboard BMX, and we do DBA, Skateboard Bus, because like I said, I love everything wheels. So aside from skateboarding, BMX is big on there. Dirt biking, I love dirt bikes. We just picked up a KTM free ride, the electric one. Because I got my son a little Razor MX 650. Shout out to my son Santiago and my daughter Dalia. I just hit a home run yesterday.
Shout out.
He's a softball player. So baseball, softball is another thing I'm passionate about and into. And what else, man? I mean, cannabis.
You still doing DJ or not no more?
Yeah, it's still a passion. So like every once in a while, just jump in my garage and sweat.
You still have all your records?
I still have all my records.
That's amazing.
All the old 33s and the 45s. Yep.
That's what's up.
Dude, I brought like 4 D containers from Miami with thousands of records. Like that was all that I wanted to bring, plus some plates and some pans and stuff like that.
So are you still spinning records, or are you going with the digital nowadays?
No,
like
records, bro. Records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still keeping it old school.
Yeah.
I love that.
One fun fact about me is I used to be a gentleman's club DJ.
That's what I almost... I almost said something earlier when you were like, "Oh, I know how to host," and I was about to say, "Now coming to the stage."
That's right, bro. That was it, bro. Hey, coming to the stage right now. We got whatever.
Yeah.
So that's how
Everybody
started.
give it up. Get your dollar bills in the air.
Yeah, exactly. We got $2 buds, $5 heinies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's how it all started right there.
Yep.
So yeah, DJing, bro, house music, hip hop, all of that. That was my thing. Reggae, reggaeton, all of that.
That's cool.
So every once in a while, I'll still get in there and scratch it up a little bit. I like scratching and the whole
That's
thing.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned your kids, boy and a girl. How old are your kids?
Yeah, my boy Santiago is 9 and my daughter's 13, Dalia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she hit a home run, huh?
She hit a home run yesterday at the Northridge Championships.
Yeah,
they got a great team.
Congratulations for that.
Yeah, she's on the silver squad over there, and they're doing big things at Northridge in softball. So shout out to the whole silver squad out there, and to my daughter Dalia for hitting that home run yesterday. Knocked it out the park.
You gonna go celebrate after?
Absolutely, yeah. And then what else did we do yesterday? Oh, then we went to her dad's. It was her dad's 90th birthday. Shout out to Dad, 90th birthday out there. So yeah.
Okay.
90 or is it 80? I can't remember.
All right. Do you guys have any questions?
Peralta, you got any questions?
Peralta's always.
I got a couple questions. What's next? What's next for the
Skateboard Bus?
Skateboard Bus.
Yeah, so we're always thinking about what's next, and what really kind of fell naturally into is wanting to control our own production, right? Because having to depend on partners, sometimes partners let you down and stuff like that. I don't want to shout names or who's letting us down and stuff like that, but I've learned through business that sometimes you just really have to do it yourself.
Exactly.
And not want to be dependent on other people. And even though we do need partners, like I have a whole list of our partners here, right? Mm-hmm. You need to be able to work with people. But I've learned in business that having a dependability is bad, right? To have a liability, a dependability is like a liability.
Right.
So we still, we can't afford the $17,000 printer to print our own graphics. Excuse me. So we still have to print our graphics outside of Skateboard Bus. But yeah, we literally just bought our first press. So we're going to have our own way to press our own graphics onto skateboards. Okay. And we're working directly with a printer now. So it's on, bro.
Like the heat press, right? Where they send the boards through?
Press. So so like, a lot of the times we would contract and we would have like, we did a deck, for instance, with Maven Genetics, right? And we had a deadline, dude. They had like, it was a graffiti artist. I forget his name right now, but he had Saber. Thank you. Saber, the graffiti artist. I made a board for him and Maven Genetics. And, we had a deadline, dude. Like they had Saber coming out and like we were gonna present the board at an event, and this guy didn't really care, what was going on with the fact that he didn't have the graphic. And he's like, nah, China and this and that. And I'm like, listen, bro, like I don't care about any of that. Like I gotta have this board done. Like it's my name, it's my word. Like Scarface says, I don't break my word and my balls for nobody.
Exactly.
So. Bro, I had to like go to Ninja Transfers and order Ninja Transfers and try to do this shit myself with Ninja Transfers. And it was like, dude, I had to turn something in to the customer so that I wouldn't, mess my good name up. And then I went back to him and I said, listen, bro, this is just so you could take pictures, just so you guys have stuff, because it didn't come out perfect. And I like things that come out right, you know? But give me another couple days and I'll have the graphics and they'll be perfect for you, So that's what I did. And so
you just needed something for that day at least.
Yeah, exactly, for that day, just to be able to turn it in. So yeah, just cutting out that liability is the next step for Skateboard Bus, is really becoming more independent. I didn't bring up the brick and mortar mafia. We'll keep that out maybe, but the brick and mortar mafia is just the whole people that were against us in the beginning because we were mobile. So just not giving us any sort of product, nothing. Like, I'm not going to name any names, but there was a bunch of companies who were up against us and too bad you guys lost, because here we are, right?
I mean,
We're still doing it 3 years later, and now you guys' products not on our bus, and you're not, we're not able to promote your stuff, and that's really what we are, is almost like a promoting company.
That's what I was thinking. Like if somebody like I don't know, Dwindle or something, right, would get involved, like they can stock your bus, and then everybody wins too.
Dude, I brought that up to so many people, like, big companies, like we can have Plan B Day, we can have Baker Day or whatever, but a lot of people didn't want to mess with us, because we were mobile, because we didn't fit a certain criteria or a certain bill. And it's like, skaters are skaters, or skaters are skaters, bro. Like, we do it because we love what we're doing. We're not trying to like be you. We're not trying to take nothing from you.
Right.
Like, I would reach out to the companies. I'd come up to a park and kids be like, hey, you got this, you got that, you got this. And I'd be like, nope. Yeah. I don't got that, because they don't want to mess around with us because we're mobile. Because I know you guys want that.
Right.
But anyways, we found better companies to top it off. That's what happens. Like, when you don't get what you want and you get what you get, you end up finding better things, alternatives,
Right.
And so that's what happened, dude. Like, we literally, like, Quantum Bearing Company, like, we brought them on, but they were gung-ho from the beginning, right?
Yeah, there's a new company, there's a new distribution coming out that I think Steve Rocco's working with. Sidewalk, right? Yeah. So I don't know if
shout out to Sidewalk,
if they want to try something new too, like.
No, we're already on Sidewalk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So shout out to Sidewalk and Daniel Fedkenauer over there. Like, it's funny as hell, bro. The way everything turns around is full circle.
Right.
Like, I remember when I was reaching out. All right, I'll drop a name. NHS, right? So we were reaching out to NHS and trying to get stuff, and they were like, "Nah, bro, you're not brick and mortar, so we can't sell to you." Pretty much.
Wow.
And later on, it ended up like I took a call from somebody, and it was funny as hell because I just didn't care at that point. And he's like, "Yeah, it's whatever from NHS." Ricky was his name, right? From NHS. And I was like, "Ricky, really? Yeah, no, thanks, bro." I hung up on him.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then he called me back like, "Bro, like, you've been trying to get on with us." And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, we were.
He goes, well, I'm calling you to let you know that we can't put you on because you're not brick and mortar. And I was like, all right,
don't
bro,
even
so
call
now
me.
you're just rubbing it in my face at this point.
Don't even call me at this point, like, okay.
But yeah. So, like, it's sad because those were the companies that, like, I grew up learning, right? Like, I don't want to give them any negativity and try to drop that, right?
Well, they have their way of, they want to do business.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, they're not seeing I see the potential in it. I mean,
and the value.
And the value, yeah, because you said these kids are walking up to you asking for these particular brands, and you don't have them.
Nope.
But,
so what ends up happening is I end up telling them, nah, bro, this is better.
Right.
And it is most of the time. Like, this is better than that. So try this, bro. Like, okay, I used to skate reds, right? If you ask me, Quantums are better than reds all day.
Okay.
All day. So
Reds break on me.
I've broken reds.
Yeah, they break all the time. I'm not trying to throw hate or shade, right? At the end of the day, like, I liked the product. Like, my favorite thing was Big Balls. Just because of the name or whatever, right?
Right. Those are the bones, right?
Yeah, the bones, Big Balls, the 6 balls, those rolled smooth for me. Bro, I bought a banner. I put it on my bus. Big balls. I love the idea of, like, you have to have big balls to do this, right? And then I wanted to support and go through that way. And, bro, I mean, I reached out to everybody and their mother trying to, like, rubbing elbows with everybody. Like, just trying to, like, get my toe in the door, as they say, right? And yeah, so we now identify as brick and mortar, right? Because everybody gets to identify as whatever they want. So we identify as brick and mortar. And I had Carrie Malibu brick and mortar. Carlos was with me the day that we went to go to Malibu. We went to the Malibu skate park, and I found the brick with mortar on it. I go, fucking perfect, dude.
There it is.
So I picked up the brick, and to that day I can show you. I still have it on the bus.
Yep.
So
we're brick and mortar.
Yeah, Eventually,
I'll
maybe,
show it to you.
I'll show it to you. Eventually, we might wrap the front cabin with just brick and mortar, so
I
it
was
looks like a
thinking that.
brick and mortar.
I was thinking about that, like just like put some like covers over the wheels, like you know what I mean? Like it looks like it's just floating across the ground.
Yes, yes. But yeah, man, shout out to the brick and mortar mafia out there. You know,
wow,
we done it without you, so sorry.
I mean, sometimes, I mean, that's like you said, that's what it takes to make it happen. You can't really rely on everybody else to, like, you could be waiting forever for something and then you realize that you can do it yourself.
Yep.
And then you like, cause it's kind of like scary, you know, sometimes you're like, Dad, what if, and then you just do it. And we're all going to hit a struggle somewhere.
That's right.
But we find a way to get through it and you push through it. And it's like, wow, it wasn't even that bad really at the end of it. Like once you get through to the other side, you're like,
yep.
Oh man, I could have been doing this maybe 5 years ago had I known this is what it could have been like or what.
Yeah.
But sometimes timing is everything too. Like you know.
Yeah, but people focus on those blockers and on those walls and those things that literally there's a way past it. There's a way beyond that, right? You just have to stop and think, figure it out, make a plan. And I tell these guys all the time, like, shit ain't gonna happen just because you thought about it. Like, you gotta do some shit for it, right? So not only think about it, but execute that plan.
And I like the advice I got from Roger Bagley from the 9 Club is like, he said, you know, he's like, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Got any like, you know, any advice? And he said, just start even if you're not ready, because he's like, if you never start it, you're never gonna do it.
That's right. Yep.
So like we started off, like I said, and I related to skateboarding. Like we didn't even know how to push the show yet, you know, and then we started learning how to ollie, and then now we're like kick flipping now. I feel like.
Yep.
So now we're trying to work our way up to tray flipping this show, you know. So
yes,
like,
sir.
so
and
we're
will,
just
man.
yeah.
So
we're just
it's on the way, man.
We're working at it, you know, every time, every day, every time. You know, like you said, it's even if we're not on the show, like my wheels are turning all the time. Like I'm trying to book another guest. Luckily, knock on wood, man, we've had this whole month already booked so far, but it's like we have to make sure these guys can come in because these guys have jobs, you know. This ain't our full-time thing. So sometimes, you know, he has to go in and work overtime, or even Listo sometimes can't make it, you know.
Not just that, personal
life.
You know,
yeah.
That's right. I had my wisdom teeth pulled out. I had my car tire fell off. Thank God nothing really happened, you know. Like I wasn't on the freeway or nothing, but just stuff like that, you know.
But
life happens, and look at, we're still here, and then like we keep going, and he'll be back, you know. When he's not here, everybody come back.
Yep.
So man, dude, shout out to you and sticking to your guns.
Thank you, brother.
Having them big balls. Let's get it.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Listo?
Not really. It's pretty much it. Like, any advice to your team riders? Like, what would you like to see from them, and what
That's
we
a good
expect
question.
from them?
Yeah, I mean, to my team riders is just keep doing what you're doing, right? Be you. Like, don't change you for me. Do you. But also use the tools I'm giving you, man. Like, you know, I give you a whole bus to book for free. Right. To take you around the city whenever you need to film some parts. And I know sometimes, like you said, I'm not available. Life happens. Things happen, right, to my skaters, right? I know Carlos is unfortunately one of the ones who I'm always like, damn, Carlos, I got something to do. I'm doing this. Carlos usually wants to take the bus out. And for the most part, you know, we try to accommodate their schedule, but also taking into consideration that I also have things that I'm doing in my personal life with my kids, with my family. Exactly. And that's the reason why I did what I do, is because I want to have that autonomy. Freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And same thing, like I might be forget to block myself because I use like a system for my bus. So I might forget to block myself for that day, and somebody might book me and I have to go, oh fuck, I forgot to block myself. Sorry, dude, you know, whatever.
I mean, it happens sometimes, you know, like sometimes if we book or a guest wants to come on a certain time, or something happens and like I didn't pay attention to what we're doing. I'm like, oh damn it, I just scheduled. We already got that day booked. I'm sorry, I messed up, you know, and I'll just usually they're kind of cool with it. Yep. It happens.
Yeah. And aside from that, as far as advice for them is just don't settle. Like always strive for more. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, and don't let people hold you back. Like you're on this team for a reason. Like there's a reason why you're here and on this team. And, you know, people might want to poke fun or whatever and this and that, because like
people are gonna say their thing.
Yeah,
what they're
exactly.
gonna say.
We're not worried about can you tray flip El Toro? Can you ollie El Toro? Can you do the 13 hit? I mean, these guys are all quality skaters. You know what I mean? And like I said, when I was a kid, kick flipping a board, you were a fucking hero if you could kick flip a board. So now the level of skating is so crazy that like you can't worry about am I as good as this guy or as but no, bro, just be you, bro. Like people attract themselves to you because you're genuine, you know? Like you are who you are, and you're giving out that energy. So that's pretty much it. Just be you and take advantage. And yeah, keep my fucking bus clean. Yeah. Don't trash my bus. That's like a big pet peeve for me. Just don't throw your trash.
Do you allow them to sticker it up or like?
Yeah, for the most part, they can sticker it up in the inside.
Inside only, okay.
Yeah, on the outside, I try to keep it pretty
the way
much
you want it.
the way
right.
I want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually they have carte blanche on the bus.
Yeah.
You know, they can do what they want as long as they're not trashing it. Usually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up your trash when you leave. You know.
Yep. Leave it how you found it, kind of thing. Because it takes me a long time to clean it and vacuum it and broom it and brush it and mop it.
If you use a tool, put it back where it goes. Yeah. You know, simple things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't steal because I'll cut your hand off.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm just kidding.
No
That
stealing.
was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry about the coffee. We got proud of you.
I know.
I got a tickle in my throat right now.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
See that?
The audience is not gonna like it. No. All right.
It's all good.
Do you have any events coming up in the future?
Yes. So I'm going on vacation. That's a nice thing. That family event's happening.
Okay.
We're going to Guatemala for a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then to Florida to get with the family over there.
Shout out.
And then after that, we're invited over to Project in Las Vegas.
The project thing, that's right.
Yep. So hopefully we'll do that. And we got a couple things in the works.
When's the project thing going down?
I believe that's August 19th through the 21st.
Okay.
I believe those are the dates, August 19th through the 21st. And yeah, this is the first project show where they're focusing on skateboarding. So as far as I understand, Brooklyn Projects is the headliner that's going to be there. You also have Nike SB, Adidas, what's New Balance, Numeric, all that stuff. They're all like pretty much going to be a skate focused big brand kind of a thing. So hopefully we'll get in there and have a little bit of respect from these guys at that point.
I mean, you got invited.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good step right there. That's that toe in the door right there.
That's that toe in the door, exactly. Yep. And what you do with that toe once you get it in there is what happens.
Make sure that thing's nice and shiny, bro. So let me tell you, nice and what do you call it? Pedicured.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta have that thing nice and nice.
Yeah. You don't want to go in there with a stinky toe. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get to your. Let's ask you a crazy question out of the bowl before we give you your shout outs here.
All right, for sure.
Hopefully, we'll see what he gets because these are meant for skaters like your young guys over there. But we'll see.
All right,
I think it'll work. Yeah, pick up.
All right.
I don't know what's left in there.
Let's see what we got. All right, so it says if you got a guest board, what graphic would you want?
So if you got a guest board from any team. Besides NHS,
yeah.
No, who would you want to be if they could make Skateboard Bus? Maybe a
honestly Flip, bro. I really like Flip. I like that vibe in Flip. Tom Penny is one of my more modern favorite skaters.
Shout out.
Majerus, right? And then what would I want the graphic to be? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a hard one, dude. Man. Probably the bus. I'd want the bus to be on there, and I want it to be kind of like graffiti style. Maybe some 80s sort of vibe, 90s flair to it.
PJ just showed us a picture of a board that looked pretty sick, and imagine the bus on that too,
Yes.
Something like that would be dope. And that's a wall hanger for sure.
For sure, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, we haven't brought that one out yet, but we're gonna bring that one out. That's the next iteration of PJ's board.
Is it? Good thing I didn't say what it was.
No, yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
All right.
Yeah, we're not gonna let them know yet because we like to do the surprise and catch them when they're not looking.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rad, dude. I can't wait. I hope we see that and maybe even get to share it on the show.
For sure, I hope
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we want to send one your way, bro.
That'd be cool.
You got my word on that one.
Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, let's get to your shout outs.
Thank you, man. So, yeah, just all the way from the beginning, and I'm sorry if I missed you, if I didn't say you. Like, I get butthurt myself when people don't say, you know, that I helped them out or whatever. So I apologize if I missed you and you've helped me in any way from the beginning. But look, Hervey Haskins from man, the first time I met Hervey Haskins, he was just stoked the whole way. So shout out to Hervey Haskins from Bearings. We do still have a couple Bearings in there. Select Distribution, right? They brought us on from the beginning. So Brad and Kat Dorfman out there, thank you. Thank you to Christian Hosoi as well. He's on the Select Distribution side with the Hammerhead, right? And all the vision boards out there. Thank you to Flip. Thank you to Brand X, Amy, and Adam out there. Satori as well. Acid and ATM from the beginning, they've been cool with us, and they kind of brought us out in permanent vacation and let us get all their stuff. Flip Strips, man, Flip Strips. Shout out to Flip Strips. Tail Devil, right? That's another one of those rare products that we carry on the bus that usually skates.
Is that the thing that sparks?
Yeah, that's the one that you put on the tail and it sparks. So you on the nose, on the sides, and it sparks up. Doomsayers, man. Donald out there, Doomsayers and Grind Kings, right? The first reversible kingpin, bro, out of Venice Beach out there. Quantum Bearings, right? Ryan and the other homie out there, Adam from Quantum Bearings. Thank you, man, from the beginning. Like, we had the TJ Rogers bearings. Now we got the Snot bearings in there. Okay. And, you know, honestly, their bearings are top notch. Snot wheels, Foz. We got a couple heroin decks on the board, on the bus now. Shout out to Dante, man. Fakey LA, man, out in Boyle Heights. Shout out to Tibbs at Claire. The homie Randy and his brother at Shove It Tacos, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows them. The grip tape side of things, shout out to Jessup. Karma Grip Tape as well. Dave from Karma Grip Tape and the whole team out there at Karma. Brunswick, right? Brunswick Grip, all the graphic grip tape that they do. Shout out to the Daggers. Shout out to Official Genius. Kickpush.org. The homie E Sosa just made kickpush.org. So shout out to E Sosa and kickpush.org. He's going to be out there helping give away skateboards and stuff to kids as a nonprofit. Sidewalk Distribution, Daniel Fedkenauer, Slappy Trucks, Mike Sinclair, right? Yeah. Skateboarding Hall of Fame. Shout out to them. We did our pro drops out there. So Todd at Skateboarding Hall of Fame, shout out to you. Going to Compton, so PCP, Pizza Cream Pie, shout out to you. Shout out to Compton
Pizza
Drew.
Cream Pie, huh?
Yeah, Pizza Cream Pie putting up events in Wilson Skate Park all the time. He's always doing free community events. Okay. You should check him out and definitely have him on the show.
We'll look into it.
Dave, sure. Dave from PCP. Bill Danforth, Speed Lab Wheels, thank you for letting us bring them on in the beginning, right? YLLO, we had a custom fingerboard. YLLO stands for You Live Life Outside. So we got a custom fingerboard by them called Mass Noncompliance when they were trying to tell us what to do and what to say and how to be. Yeah. What else? Shout out to Scrape Wax in the building. Neo Scrape Wax, the only wax we carry right now. Bus Stop Curb Wax was the first curb wax that we brought on. So Bus Stop Curb Wax. Shout out to Jamie Thomas and Zero and everybody out there at Zero and Adam Runsky for always being so cool with us. Shout out to Freshie for hooking us up with shoes, right? So Freshie hooks up all our skaters up with shoes. Skate shoes, the Freshie Steezies. Check those out at freshie.com. Shout out to Ori at Evo Ramps, right? For the inflatable half pipe and quarter pipe. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Colin McGillies at Sunland Skate Shop. And he also puts together Shred Fest. So shout out to Colin for helping us out in the beginning. Shout out to Adam from SkaterCon. Shout out to Albert Saladin Adele and Ad Image and Official Genius at Project and all of that. So shout out to them in Las Vegas. Shout out to Jordan Maxim of iDabble and Blake, right? Small Change LA on Instagram. Shout out to Paul Schmidt, PS Sticks, and Jose Cerda, Tiny Avenger on Instagram. Yep. And then Boyle Heights Youth Festival, shout out to them. Shout out to City of LA for booking us and for making us a vendor of theirs and you know, that kind of thing. Shout out to Mr. at Our Spot El Carrizo. And that's going to do the list. And the last thing I'm going to leave is shout out to God, my family, my friends, and my skaters. Yeah, thank you guys and everybody who's supporting the bus and what we're doing, our movement to live free and skate hard, because that's what we're all about.
That's dope. That's amazing, man. Shout out to all them people, man, that's putting their help in there for you, man.
Yeah, and like I said, sorry if I missed you, man. Thank you if I missed you. I apologize. Oh, Claire, man. Tibbs. I think I said it, but Tibbs, Claire, yeah, thank you.
All right. Listo, you have shout outs?
Dude, that's amazing, man. Like, how that idea of starting the bus, just click and look at where you're at now, the people that helped you and stuff, you know? Like, it's amazing, and you're just going to continue to grow, you know? But shout outs for me. Number one, shout out God, you know? Making me a better person each day, you know? I'm grateful for what I have. You know, shout out my family, giving me a roof to stay under, you know? And dealing with my mess ups, you know? We're just humans, you know? Trying to become a better person. It's not about being perfect. It's about growth and progress. And, you know, shout out to my off to lunch crew, Peralta, for, you know, putting in work on the filming, hanging in there with me, like, in the hot sun yesterday. You know, I was trying a trick, and it's taking hours, but he was right there with his water, his hat. You know, it's not easy being a filmer, you know, so I gotta be thankful for your filmers. Just don't, like, use your filmer and be like, oh, that's it. Be grateful for your filmer.
And tag them.
And tag them.
Yeah, tag your filmers, guys.
Always.
For shit, talking about the filmers, bro. I forgot the filmer, right? The homie, I'm like drawing a blank right now.
Dealfield?
Yeah, Dylan Dealfield, man. Dylan, man. Shout out to Dylan for always coming out and shooting whatever we got going on. So Dealfield, man, thank you. I forgot to mention that. So
Shot by 07, 007.
oh yeah, Mikey. You guys might know Mikey. Shot by 007. Oh, that's
Dylan's.
yeah, I'm talking about another one, but Mikey, shout out to Mikey too. He came out to the La Puente thing, the grand opening that we did. And just, yeah, anybody who's ever been involved with us and helped us do anything, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah. And then thank you, Where the Locals Sk8, and thank you, like, Daniel, for coming down, your team riders. You know, this was cool doing this, you know, getting to know your team riders, and it's awesome what you're doing, you know, giving back to the skaters, especially the young ones, you know. I wish I was that young, like, having someone to get my back and taking them to spots, you know, but eventually we grew up in a different generation where it was kind of hard, you know. Now they have it easy, man. So it's still hard work, but you know, all the tools you guys need to make it, it's right there.
Yeah.
Connections,
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, take advantage, you know, and just stick to the right people, you know, the right circle.
Yes, sir.
And those are my shout outs, you know, and just gotta keep going and growing. Keep
Peralta.
on shining and grinding.
I'm gonna shout out. I want to say a shout out to every single guest that's been on Where the Locals Sk8. It's crazy how where we started and where we're at now, and how big our Where the Local Sk8 family is now. Because now I go everywhere, and every time I see one of our old guests, it's just nothing but love. I mean, now you guys are part of the family, so whenever we see each other, you know it's gonna always be nothing but love.
For sure.
You know, shout out to the whole Off to Lunch squad. Those dudes are killing it, man. I know we're not getting out there, but you know, we're just a bunch of older dudes dealing with life and skating when we can.
Keep going.
Yeah, and then shout out to my family for putting me where I'm at right now with skating. Same thing, dealing with my BS growing up. And yeah, shout out to just skateboarding, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
skateboarding.
It's one of the greatest family I've ever had.
Yeah. Shout out to that. All right. Again, I got to shout out you for coming down.
Thank you, brother.
And your whole team, again, for coming down. And then we got to get to know them a little bit. But hopefully we get them all in their chair and we could get them a whole episode. So, and I love that what you're doing out there and giving everybody their shine and what they deserve. And, you know, it's amazing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll help support any way we can. We'll try to repost it, and
Likewise.
You know what I mean? So,
if there's ever anything we could do to help you guys, bro, let me know.
I mean, I might book. I'm gonna have to book you one day.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, so
bro, let's go.
So I'm ready for that. So
let's do it.
We should do like a Where the Locals Sk8.
Oh yeah.
Little tour where we just go different parks.
Well, we're gonna have to do something like Roach, the guy that does that Roach Roach Zone 562. He had Roach Day, so we might have to do a Where the Locals Sk8 day. So
let's go.
And then hopefully we can get all our guests to come out and have a good big skate session. But like I said, shout out to you guys and shout out to everybody. I got a shout out to my team, of course, holding it down on the ones and twos.
Hey, PJ said he'll bring the tacos. I heard that.
Okay, I heard that. Damn. Let's do it.
I had one more question. Where could they find you if they want to get a hold of you?
Okay, so
that's a good one too.
Instagram is SK8 _BRD _BUS. Email is info at sk8brdbus.com. shit, you can hit me up right on the phone, 818-923-2031. That's the business phone. Or you could also hit me up on Instagram or whatever's easier. Yeah, if you see me out there, don't be shy, don't be scared. Talk to me like I'm just a normal dude, just like everybody else.
And if you want a shortcut, we'll put all the links in the description below, so they'll be able to just click right there.
Thank you.
If you ever need to book them, or if you just want to check out the website.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And I got to thank everybody out there that supports the show, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like and all notification bells so you know when we're dropping episodes. Please subscribe to our channel. It means nothing to you, but it means the world to us over here. So help us get to that. What happened?
My bad. I thought you were going to say something else.
No, then we're trying to get to that 5. If we could get 500 subscribers, we can be partners with YouTube. So we're trying to hit that goal. You know, we're stuck at, we're not almost at 400, so we're getting close to 500. So
hey, so all our followers, subscribe to this
please
channel.
subscribe to our channel. Yeah, it'll really help us out. And man, again, thank everybody out there.
And if you want to be on the show, you know, don't be scared to hit us up. Don't be hesitant, you know. We're just here for cool people, just, you know, trying to get to know you guys.
Yeah. Hit us up. Me, Listo, Skate Show. We'll get back to you. We'll set something up and we'll get it going. You know, we're out there.
We're all skateboarders. We have stories, and you know, got things where we came from. You know.
Yeah, and we want to share everybody's story out there. You know, so let us know in the comments, or like they said on the Instagram at Where the Locals Sk8. I think that's it. We had a great day. Thank you guys again for coming down. It's amazing. I'm gonna go check out their bus and get some skating in today, man. So everybody do the same after you watch this show to the end. Until next time, I'm OG Skate Show. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.